Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Borros Saga Banesbreak. My name is Vince Casso, and I am your storyteller for this campaign. This is episode 6 of our adventure, titled The Hermit of Ignosi. Our story takes place in my homebrew world of Borros, and is completed by a wonderful cast of heroes. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Sage Ryan, but today I am Curse, your petal pink tiefling druid.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Bray, and I'm playing Neela Beerbida, your human pirate barbarian.
Hey, I'm Omar Najam. I'm playing Jibe Tafril, your Tabaxi rogue.
Blessings of knowledge. I'm Bria Iyengar. I am yeah, right? Sometimes you just say stuff. And I'm playing for them, your Drow cleric.
Hi, I'm Aaron Gray, and I am playing Luca Stone Talon, your Aircocker monk.
Hi, I'm Ash. I am playing Asher, your warlock.
Well, our last episode saw our heroes confronting the Golden Armada, this group of soldiers clad in gleaming golden armor of mysterious origin who thankfully did not allow the altercation to come to violence, merely persuading these soldiers that the box they were transporting did contain the genuine artifact that the elves were seeking, and through a bit of deception, a bit of craftery, they were suitably convinced. A zone of truth interrogation revealed perhaps a little more information from Pry, but besides that, they got away fairly unscathed from the event, the elves disappearing into the day outside of the warehouse. Looting a bit of coin, our heroes entered Polyria proper, tracing along the coast to Kelsus's safe house, where he showed them an outhouse that would become something much grander in the inside, a 2-story loft that was beautiful if unused for quite some time. But settling in, and all that aside, they wanted to engage with the festival a bit. The Festival of Guilds taking place here in Polyria, happening only 1 week out of every year, and into the city they went, enjoying the various delights of gambling, of fighting, of subtle heart-to-heart conversation, of all sorts, drinking and everything else as they experienced everything that Polyria had to offer. But as the evening wore into night, they found themselves coming back together, and by surprise, encountering someone who Astrid and Neela both recognized from a bit of shared past, from the Banesbreak Festival, actually, so many weeks ago now. A young Lorelei Nugir, who once showed the fabric that Neela carried, once again seemed to pale at its revelation and not really know what to do, dismissing her but offering her address should Neela not find answers at the Decitatorium, the library that a scholar might be located at who could assist. The party, accepting this answer, at least for now, proceeded there, where they found a old halfling professor of magical linguistics who was able to decipher a portion of the fabric, but only enough to discern that it was signed by Lorelei herself. Meanwhile, a rave was taking place deeper into Polyria, rather, where Luca, Jibe, and Curse were engaged in all amounts of sweaty, frenzied revelry. With the y'all were drenched by the end of that.
That just sounds like
that's fair.
Never mind.
Yes.
Is it called a Decitatorium as a pun on library?
It wasn't, but that's
I'm so
amazing.
mad at
What do you mean it wasn't?
No, it's a Latin root. That's amazing.
Oh, I absolutely thought that's what it was.
You can watch me
I
realize it in real time.
saw
I was
you
like,
go, oh no, and I went, what is happening to Bria?
That is so funny. That was not on purpose. That's awesome.
I died.
The dance party concluded exceptionally well, everyone breaking out into various martial arts forms, which resulted in Luca firing off a bolt of sun energy into a light, and everyone cheering and celebrating the bit of fireworks. Meanwhile, the fellow at the Decitatorium offered Neela a bit of advice. Someone in Ignosi by the name of Nightgrim, an odd old ascetic hermit of some sort, could possibly decipher the text without all of the necessary bells and whistles, but that was all he could offer. She took that, not feeling terribly good about that revelation, and wanting to do a violence. The party reconvened and went to Lorelei's house on the coast by the beach and found it to be empty and ransacked, as Lorelei apparently had fled the town immediately after speaking to them. Finding inside, nonetheless, a book on Korinnik, a note explaining Lorelei's troubled dilemma that she had been working through.
Real generous.
Some candles, a prank pip, and a bit more odds and ends here and there, but ultimately that was all the house could offer as Kelsis led them back to the safe house to bed down for the night. And that is where we find all of you now. Kelsis sits down in an armchair, indicating to the couch for all of you, as though he wanted to have a conversation with you.
I go and pull up a chair on the side instead of being on a couch with a bunch of people.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot of us.
That's so many people for one couch. No, thank you.
I'll sit on the floor.
I'll sit on the couch.
Yeah, I'll sit on the couch.
Sit on the floor with you.
Okay. Not that many people on the couch.
Yeah.
Actually, quite a large couch. There's more room if you'd like.
I'll get up on the couch
go.
then.
No, okay.
There's room.
It's on the arm. All right. Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, I thought maybe it might just be a good time for a chat. We've been traveling together for over a month now, and it's all been such a mad dash to get out of Tareve, to lose pursuers, to keep that damned boat afloat, to solve this mystery, and we haven't really had a chance to talk in depth about what it is you're all even doing. According to this story, you're supposed to be the death of Oris Kadir Southmarch and end his reign, evidently, and no doubt that would save a great many lives and be quite a boon for the world, but is that what all of you want? You were thrust into this ordeal largely without your consent or knowledge. Do you want to be heroes? Could you really be these, what's the book called? The Banesbreakers? Yeah.
I don't know how we'd be anything else here, right? Like, we don't have lives or people. This is all we have here. If we're not following the book and being the heroes, then we're just stuck in the wrong time, and that's it.
Yeah. I suppose the question of how you would get back is also an additional concern.
I've been thinking on this, and I don't know if we can go back.
What do you mean?
I mean, I've been thinking on this a lot, and we don't know if Kelsis or Oris opened that light. If it was Oris and we kill him, he's not going to open a portal.
Get studying, love. We're gonna need you to get us back at some point.
Okay, well, I suppose that takes me to my next question, which is how? Because in the book, your quest leads you to ultimately, intentionally or not, destroying High Point, which kills everyone there, and apparently Lady Iana dies, and the line of Southmarch ends. And you said that I spoke to you back in your time when you were sent back, and I told you something about changing
You
things.
hoped that we would do better than they did.
How do we begin to tell a new story to make it unfold differently than it had before?
We already did.
We didn't go south.
We've made lots of different decisions, and we're gonna discover more, I suppose, when we maybe take a look at this village, maybe get some clarity about what the link is to Kura, or any of the other figures that are trying to communicate with us. I think it feels like there's a bigger battle happening that this is only a very small piece of a very large fight. And whether we choose to continue the fight or not, along the lines of this book or this narrative or whatever or not, we're still in it. So we either use the information that we have or just pretend not to know anything.
And pardon, Jibe, if I am treading too close to your expertise, but when you gamble, if you can narrow down options, we know the ways in which the original group missed. So we know what not to do. It's a little bit closer to making the right guess.
That's right.
I suppose then, yes, in some ways we already have changed at least a bit of history. Yes. Very well. Well, one way or the other. Okay, perhaps things can turn out just a bit different. Perhaps you could save more than you had before. At the very least, it sounds like, oh, pardon. It's unusual
so sorry.
food.
Look, I've had so many pastries.
You ate so many.
didn't even
You ate
like
most
them.
of them.
I have a tonic for that if you
Thank
need.
you.
It's
Yes,
I thought
thank
it was
you.
impressive.
Yeah.
Look, I don't feel very good. I want to go be mean to someone to feel better.
We can probably go find somebody mean to. That's
Thank you.
You can be mean to me if you need to.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. If we messed it up, you can also just study time travel, and then you could just send us back again. I mean, don't do it. Let's get it right. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you did it once, so who knows?
Yeah.
You did it third time's a charm. You never know. It would be awesome
Let's
if that didn't
not.
happen.
Oh yeah.
here is.
How many
Mostly a
times
joke.
can we get killed?
There is something about that I didn't want to bring up, but if things do become dire, I've looked into the subject of the chronology, the integrity of time in the past, as more just a curious pursuit. This goes beyond the subject of mere magic. In all of my studies, it was something that always had to be assisted, and even then there are no real accounts of actual time travel in history as far as I can tell, but even similar feats needed to be enabled, assisted by beings whose power transcends the simple magic and extends into the underwriting laws of reality. I'm not entirely sure I was alone in producing that effect, if it was me at all. And whoever I had lent that power from, or who enabled the act to take place, I cannot guarantee they would be able to do it again.
Oh, okay. So what I said was not right.
We get one shot.
Okay.
I mean, best to just assume that, this was it.
Okay. Then we get it right.
Yeah.
In any event, perhaps best we sleep off the day and consider you all preparing to set off in the morning if there is something for you possibly in Ignosi.
I guess we're going south.
Pry, could I have the Legends book for tonight? Of course. Thank you. I want to do something. Asher's gonna take out a bunch of pieces of parchment and ink, and she's gonna and the poster. If I can get the poster that we talked about, or we found.
Sure.
And she's gonna put it out and just start
I love how Pry carries everything that you find.
It's the best
I have a bag
pocket.
of
You do
holding.
in your robes.
This is the best
fantastic.
day of my life.
And it's locked.
Yeah, I have a locked bag of holding. This shit slaps.
Amazing. And Astrid, instead of sleeping when she probably should, is going to basically a red string using the book and pieces of parchment and just put pins and try and make some kind of connections between what she knows now, what she can read from the Legends book, and what we've talked about.
Great. Using the Legends book as sort of a guide or assistance. Overnight, you can roll an intelligence check with advantage to see what connections you can begin to make.
Cool. Does it have to be intelligence?
I
Yes.
prefer it.
Thanks. Can't be charismatic.
What?
You trying to fuck the book?
I mean, I'd
a sexy
be
book.
willing to hear how you do it.
You're talking to the right person if you're trying to.
If
That
Vince
wasn't
can't work with this, I might be able to.
You roll me a no.
Try intelligence. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, however,
Guidance.
Yeah.
Calcis begins prepping the safe house for multiple occupants to spend the night, putting down blankets, preparing the couch, what have you. Any of you are welcome to take the bed upstairs. I'm more than comfortable in the armchair anyway.
Oh, don't everyone run up at once.
This is also your place. Like,
Yeah, you can sleep in
take
this
your
place.
bed. It's,
I spent very few nights up in that bed. I'm perfectly happy to stay down here.
Chris, do you want to sleep in the bed?
I'm happy on the floor. I'm used to it.
Does no one want the bed?
I'll take the fucking bed. I'm so
Just take
happy
the
to
bed,
go.
right?
Yeah, okay.
I say,
goodbye.
I'm also not used to
I'll
beds.
All right.
take a spot on the floor.
Dibs, but before I go,
16.
and I want to go and pull out like a leather-bound tome in common that's prose in oak. Like, here's your book.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. You know that's not yours forever. Libraries are for borrowing. Oh, I mean, it's for a while. You're okay. Okay, well, that's fine. It's okay.
Reads fast.
You can't see that one.
A page flips out. No.
Oh no! You see a silhouette on the other side.
Those trunks go all the way up.
Who gave him a playbird?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This
and
is awesome.
And I do want to go up to you, and I pass you like a purple book. This is called Old Ways in Far Lands. It's a book about stories about people going to the Feywild.
That's amazing.
There's pictures, and I'm happy to read it to you if you want, but you can hold on to it. And
Yeah, I'll sit down with it tonight.
Okay.
This means the world. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And where?
When all of this is over, I'm gonna get us to the Feywilds.
I would like to see that very much.
And she'll just like pop open the book and sit in her little like bed roll.
And where's my book?
Oh yes, the book that you wanted. I go and pull out Bone and Fin. Here's a book on fish. That you
You're
asked
so
for.
funny. I actually would be interested, but I acknowledge the
Did you just
bit.
give a cat a fish bone?
I did. I feel like it's as horny as the book I gave the bird. I don't know.
That's not right.
Just
Actually, I'll look up the fish that we saw when we were sailing. Just
Yeah.
really quick for why not?
Absolutely. I apologize. I forget what I called them at the time.
Do you mean you made it up?
On the spot? Yes, I very certainly did.
It's not real?
Oh, stop.
Cedic? No, that's the
sea
wax.
biscuit.
It was like something in glow.
Oh shit! Yeah.
But you can certainly look them up in the book
Great.
once more.
I don't think I wrote it down. Great. By the way, this was the fish that you gave the pet to.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
they're so pretty in person.
Yeah. This illustration's not great.
There's a lot of pictures of their insides.
Saren Glow.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, it's not.
It's a fish anatomy book.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
Oh, thanks.
I'm gonna. Excuse me. Do you happen to have any like spare sheets or anything like that?
Yes, I've got some linens and such in the cupboard.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you. I'm gonna take those and start with all the rope I carry. I'm gonna fasten up some hammocks for us.
Oh, thank goodness.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
That's so bad for your back, and I walk upstairs to the very nice bed.
We don't
And
need-
it's like,
far-
it's
so
a
far so
queen
good.
4-poster bed. Like it's.
More people could be up here, but don't be up here.
I'm gonna go
We
up
know
there
you
later.
don't like being touched.
Thank you.
Calcis as well settles in with a blanket into a modest brown armchair facing the door as you all prepare yourselves to go to bed.
Why does Kelsus have a bed if he's an elf?
He says he enjoys
He
dreaming.
loves that.
Yeah.
dream.
Also,
He
do
loves
you
a drink.
not have a bed? Oh, you're a half elf, doesn't
Yeah, I sleep.
Like,
I
the
have
thing
a
is,
bed and I don't sleep.
elves certainly have accommodations for sleep. Like, not everyone wants a trance standing up.
That's fair.
You can just lay down sometimes.
Can't you be comfortable while you do that? Like, just on a bed?
I'm suggesting you do it in a bed.
Oh, you're on my team here.
Of places
I
that
was
you'd
about
like
to
to lay
fight
down.
you.
Of places that one would lay down, I would think a bed would actually be
It
option
would
number
fit. It'd be a good bet. Good bed? What?
Yeah, the
Okay.
irony of the one that doesn't sleep being like, I'll take the bed, goodbye.
Oh my god. As you just
Why do you
lay
think I
there.
didn't say anything? I was like,
Just lay there and disassociate for 4 hours.
I got a 18, by the way.
18. And what were you actually attempting to do with the poster? Like, what are you trying to
The
figure out?
poster from the book, I'm trying to write out every connection I can find of like Aarakocra Village and looking at a map and just kind of trying to pinpoint different things of what the original Banebreakers did and what we've done right now.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you can build an approximate, like bullet-pointed travelogue to compare of like, oh, what happened to them, what's happening to us, and you can notice the differences for sure.
And I definitely want to try to do like a timeline, and I'm red stringing everywhere. Like
You
any
will take a point of exhaustion for missing sleep.
Okay.
Meanwhile, though, evening slips into night. Those downstairs hear Kelsis quietly whispering into the locket around his neck for a few moments before clasping it and resting. The night passes without incident.
Question.
Mhm.
Since I only need 4 hours
Yeah.
of meditative sleep, and I
Tells
spent
us
it
too.
reading the fish book.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of
What?
bad fish anatomy stuff
Nice.
copied into my tome. Would you have mentioned what you were doing?
Yeah, if you see me like just like making diagrams and like bullet points.
Do you stay up the entire night or do you go to sleep?
I know I forgot to sleep.
Okay, at some point I would try to tag in.
Okay.
I'd be like, how about I take over for just a little bit and maybe you sleep because you have to.
Oh. Yeah. What time is it?
Time is, it's an illusion.
I want to go to bed.
Please go to bed.
I want to go to bed.
Go,
And there's
a
like
bed
bags already
upstairs.
under her eyes.
Just kind of point you in
I
the
just like
direction of
flop
the
onto the bed.
Yeah, okay, cool. And I'm going to pick up where she left off.
Sure. Great. You can carry that through the night, and you can avert your exhaustion by getting a little bit of sleep.
I'm getting like 4 hours.
A wee sleep.
Good nap in.
Yeah. So good.
Power nap.
A titch. Yes.
Good nap.
Sunlight pierces the windows the following morning, flushing the safe house with light. You all begin to rouse and smell something on the air, something you've been smelling for a while. Kelsis is wearing an apron and working over a fire in the kitchenette. Good morning. Thought I'd pick up a few local flavors for you. We have a white bean pottage with lemon and olive oil, a fried cured fish roe, flatbreads, parsley and bulgur salad, some local sweet wine grapes. Look at the size of them. And these little treats that I'm told are a sort of semolina custard baked in a puff pastry. Very lovely. Tea and coffee is already brewed on the table, and I imagine I have some ground cow whack in the larder if you'd prefer that instead.
What?
And don't worry, I got all the lectins out.
Lectin free. Oh, I rolled a 1 for that actually. All lectins
it's like
in.
all
lectins. You don't know. Okay, who are you?
How did you do that?
Oh my god.
I only have to rest for 4 hours. I made a bit of breakfast.
That's not a bit. That's a lot.
There's a lot of
This is
you.
a veritable feast.
I mean, it's a bit of pottage here and there between friends. What?
Describe me exactly what pottage is, because what?
So pottage, an actual more medieval cooking term, is anything baked in a pot. Very simple. This is just beans pottage, so it's in like a clay earthenware jar, which is then capped and cooked over an oven to stew the contents, essentially.
Of course.
What was the thing? The
What
dung?
else would it be?
What's what?
You said dung in the cupboard. What? The last thing?
Cowwack?
Close up. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
What that is?
What that is?
What's that?
I'd say Astrid would know this. Yeah.
Okay.
Astrid's familiar with Cowwack. It's possible prize. Probably roll me history to see, because where you grew up, this wouldn't be there. But
Natural 1.
Cowwack does not exist in Islay.
what?
However,
What'd you call me?
you'd recognize Kalwak as you do once in a while drink it in Kalasari. It is, it's more of an Arisian brand of tea, although tea isn't quite the right word. It's a ground up leaf that has stimulant properties.
Oh, I down that.
Okay.
Whoa, good to know.
Very
Like on a
strong.
whisk.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
What stimulant properties?
It's a bit stronger and a bit different than caffeine. Really wakes you up, gets you going, gets those that dopamine rush coming out.
Astrid's like vibrating right now.
Someone had a
deal?
It's really good. I haven't had it in a long time. It's really good.
I can tell.
It's from Kesares. It's very popular there.
You getting out the stores because you're not gonna be able to get more of this.
You can find it here and there, as it also grows a little bit in the Republic and Verdane, but in small quantities. It's hard to get the traditional, original stuff.
This is also kind of a culinary hub.
That's true. I
So
do
drink
recommend.
up.
Oh, I did. It's gone. I need another cup.
Don't give him more.
Okay, I think that's
No.
probably enough for now. Although I'm really curious to see what you're like.
I want to
after
see what
tea.
happens.
You probably should not have any.
You didn't.
We have enough energy.
Because you've got so much energy already. You've already had some, haven't you?
It would do the opposite.
You've.
I just
go all
think
the way
it's
around.
funny that you guys know what I'm thinking. It's happened like 3 or 4 times now.
I can't imagine how we guessed.
Yeah.
So can I have some?
I wouldn't.
I can
You
I
want
can pour you a cup if you'd like.
Okay, you know what?
Stay on
Sure,
the-
whatever.
He's a
I-
grown bird.
You're gonna have
know.
problems.
I'll just take a sip of it.
Just
Seriously.
tiny, 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 tiny.
How old are you?
It's not me.
Yeah, don't drink all
Old
of it.
enough.
Oh, but not wise enough
No.
from that age to
have
know
a
better than to
child.
do this?
Wait for it. And you take a sip, and something that Kelsis was aware of that you perhaps weren't was that Kalawak, the tree, is of the same genus as the plant known as sundew root. Sundew root powder, very popular amongst Aarakocra as a mild stimulant, as like a fun kind of like after work, end of day kind of drink. Now, Kalawak is tolerable to other races, whereas sundew root isn't. However, that means that Kalawak hits your system very gently. It's a nice kind of mildly invigorating, but not over-energizing sensation. It's a nice sort of smooth buzz.
It's nice, right?
It's pretty good.
All right. Okay, that was
Wasn't expecting that.
better than I thought it was going to be. Congratulations. You had a morning beverage. How are we getting to Ignaci?
Yes, I have a lead on that, actually.
morning.
First, let me hang on. And he goes over to his dresser, his reading desk rather, and digs through a drawer, producing a small folding hand mirror. The exterior is a swirling pattern of silver and gold metal inlays with the image of a black jaguar jumping at a Hoatzin bird, taking flight delicately painted onto it. He hands that mirror to Pry.
Oh. Thank you.
This will allow us to stay in contact. Please don't lose it. It is very important to me. It does sound like you have some good leads south in Ignosi, and I know a carriage company that can help get you down there, but I will be remaining here. I'm going to see what I can dig up in research about Oris, his people, or any of the other oddities we've encountered so far, and perhaps I'll be able to shed some light on it.
Great.
Please don't hesitate to reach out if you need me. The mirror can contact me. You'll just have to speak the activation word in order to be put through while tracing a circle on the mirror with your middle finger and thumb, like switching their places like that.
Copy.
The command word is Rikai, which is Old Arisian.
Rikai.
Old Arisian for speak.
Speak.
Yes, carriages, I'm sorry. There does appear to be a carriage company just south of here that charters travelers down the coast. When you're ready, that'll likely be the easiest way to Ignosi.
Okay.
And yes, I suppose it might be good to set off before the Aarakocra get too far ahead, if that is your intent.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best to keep moving, honestly. Like, just
It's going to feel strange not being with you all after the last month and change.
Are you saying you're gonna miss us?
I think I will miss you, Luca.
And you're just gonna be here?
I will be here in the safe house until perhaps I am needed elsewhere, but I promised you I would help you to see this through.
Thank you.
And as of now, hoping ideally that Lila and Evie did make it to the Republic.
Have you heard from them?
I have unfortunately not, but
Let us know if you do.
yeah.
it is always possible, and we discussed this as well, she and I, that the magic linking these mirrors is not beyond access or interruption from another. Use of them can be dangerous if you feel that you are not in a position to be private or unheard, and it's likely, hopefully, that she simply hasn't had the opportunity yet to make contact in a way she felt was secure. Either way, though, if she has made it, she would be in the Republic right now.
Okay.
And once I'm done here, and I have assisted you and researched in my library as much as I can with the resources I have, I will attempt to travel down the coast and begin making my way there as well.
Actually, Kelsis, you might be able to help us. We've had the brain looking in.
Some
Sky.
being
Sky, yeah. Do you know anything how to stop that?
Oof. Aside from simply resisting its effects, there might be some talented mages who could offer you some protective spell, some sort of, I don't know, a talisman or an object of some kind. I'm not familiar with that myself, unfortunately, but if you travel through any more major other cities or even smaller towns that have the presence of mages of some sort, they might be able to assist.
Maybe Ignaci? We can.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, if we're going to meet this very smart, possibly insane person, you never know. They could help us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Don't hesitate to reach out. I will also ping you if I learn anything.
All right.
Happy dreams.
Jibe gives him a hug.
Oh.
Can I roll sleight of hand?
Oh my god.
You may certainly try.
Amazing.
That's going to be a 20. What's 15 plus 7 again? 22? Right?
Yep.
Christ.
Right, 22.
You're going for the ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Said I would.
Love it.
Okay. Oh, it's gonna get weird later. All right. Yes, you can have a quick boop, into the robes and grab the golden signet ring.
Let's go.
Excellent.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're doing great. You're doing great, kid.
No, it's good. No, Jibe has no regrets. I might.
Hey, it's the mid-season finale. Fuck it.
Go hard or go home. Go hard
Wait, I
and
can
go
go
home.
Go home was an option.
On the way out, are there any little animals about?
Outside?
Yes, outside of the outhouse.
Is that dodgy freaking dove
The
still
dodgy dove is still there,
Yeah.
for sure. Are you looking for ground animals?
I mean, are there ground animals?
Apparently.
Okay.
There is a little pack of what appear to be mice, but with like long kind of whiskery tufts on the backs of their ears.
If the dodgy dove is watching,
Dodgy dove is watching.
Okay. I would love to try and druid ask it to like come down, try and call to it.
Yeah, roll animal handling.
Okay. Do I have advantage on that for any reason?
Are you using something, some specific spell, skill, or talent to do that?
Once I touch them, I am.
Can you incentivize them with something more than your words?
Yeah, I've absolutely got snacks in my pocket.
Okay,
1,000% I've been stashing.
You can like
Food insecurity,
crumble up
baby.
a bit of like the tronsuk, I think I called it, trisuk, and quoi?
Then that makes it a 23.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, the dove just like flitters down and is just pecking at the pastry.
Great. I'll just give it a gentle pet on the top of the head. I'm good.
Great. The bird is fat and happy, just enjoying that pastry, and you got some nice soft feathers into your hand. Everyone wins. Calcis-
I do want to say,
Yes, please.
before, and just give him a hug and say, what is the equivalent of like Sylvan that I think he would speak? That's like older than like Arisian.
A curious question. I, as a fellow Scot, no.
That's a fellow school.
It's gonna get old so fast.
He hasn't
Okay.
gotten old yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Older than a region. Okay. I mean, there are certain, in the same way that a linguist could spit out some like approximate words of like Indo-European in our world, you could deliver small spurts of meaning in a language such as predecessor or the Aelic Pena, which would be sort of like a precursor language to Common and Arisian and a few others.
Since I'm fluent in that, I do just want to say in his ears, I actually do give him a hug. Like, I'm so sorry for ever doubting you.
His predecessor is not great. Not a common language. Even you don't have like a firm grasp of it. Very, very rare language.
Says you. You don't know me.
Look, the tome on the subject, the magnum opus of Borra Farfoot Oweni Farfoot,
Who could say?
and Fess the other way around,
Oweni Farfoot.
is published but very rare.
I've got a copy of a book my other character wrote. Let's go.
That said, he gets like a gist of what you're saying and thinks for a moment and goes, "Greetings, you appreciate, but also..."
He tried.
I just give him a little
Bathroom.
There you go.
You're saying it through your nose and it's coming out bathroom?
Oh, bathhouse.
Different thing?
Is it the
And
tongue?
You're married. So
Whoa.
no thank you.
You've never been to a Polynesian bathhouse.
Otherwise,
Time to go!
Kelsis bids you all good luck and safe travels, yes?
as we're walking after petting the bird, I'm going to reach for Jibe's hand because my eyes are gone.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just gonna like kind of lean on you to like walk me because I can't
absolutely.
see
And
shit
then,
currently.
I don't remember exactly how this works, both as Jibe and as Omar. So like, if I whisper something to you, do you hear it?
Nope.
Okay,
Currently
well,
no.
Jibe
Unless you're
doesn't
still in
know
your
that.
shot of that bird.
So Jibe's like, oh, just watch out for there's one step over here. And like, I'm still guiding you, but talking out loud, and I guess that's not doing anything.
Okay, I'm sensing through the bird to keep an
Okay.
eye on the door and see if Kelsis leaves after we do.
Oh, so you're leaving the bird behind to kind of be a little remote sentry there.
Yep.
Love it.
Great. Yeah, so you watch via bird. Wonderful. And you head out of the outhouse into the alley and beyond. Kelsis did put a little mark on your leaflet for where the carriage service is. And indeed, as you proceed through the neighborhood, the people of Polyria rising and preparing for their days, you find the road leading south down along the coast, and an impressive, sturdy wooden building with stables out the back. The building has a sign in the front reading, "Coastal Cart and Carriage." There's a large number of people out front. Would you like to go in?
Yeah, this is it. We gotta go.
Why not?
Curse, you've now been walking for at least 5 minutes with the bird's eyes. You have not seen Kelsis leave.
Okay. I'm gonna give another 5.
Okay,
I'm willing to stay blinded deaf for another 5.
great. Inside is a series of stations where uniformed employees service customers. All of the usual lines are backed up almost to the door, but you notice there is a queue marked off as being for, quote, reserved and important. There's only a couple of people in that line.
Oh, I'm going in that line.
Is there another line?
No.
Excusez-moi.
Wow.
Wait. Yes, I mean, yes.
Are they a guild? Is this place part of the guild?
Yes, there is a guild that manages carriages and transportations in
Since
Polyria.
I took the guild feat, or the guild like background,
That's right, you did.
people like give accommodations and such to
Fellow
other guilds.
countrymen everywhere.
Yeah.
All of your future persuasion checks in this scene have advantage if you speak in a Scottish accent.
Oh,
I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm
No,
unmiking
you said
right
it
now.
now. You said
I literally see the color drain from her
Kaylee,
face.
talk as me.
My name is Astrid, and I'm here to talk to guild people about guild
It
things.
sounded like you were about to rap. I know that's what it is to say.
I
I love doing it wasn't in a major way.
We want the wagon.
You shortly make it up to the booking official, a woman wearing a floppy felt cap with the initials CCC emblazed on it. Good morning. Could I please see proof of reservation or traveling dignitary pass?
So I actually pull out my
Golly.
original like PLA like documentation.
PAS?
PAS, yes. Documentation and kind of just show it off, but don't hand it. We're looking for accommodations down to Ignaci for PLA.
PAS?
PAS. Every time.
It's one of these letters. Surely we'll get there. I'd say make a persuasion check at advantage. Scots or not.
Thank you. Okay. Nope.
Is that the whole?
Not again.
All of those?
Okay, we're good. 24.
Let's go.
She looks at your pass and says, well, ordinarily we don't really let people charter the carriages, even with guild documentation without a reservation.
I know, but it's urgent. This was not intended. We do apologize.
Oh, geez. Okay, let me see what I have.
Thank you.
And she looks. She looks down.
We
The accent's
have
getting
to
stronger by
make.
the minute.
We have to make chapter.
Please meet our friend.
Oh, this is my bodyguard, by the way.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi.
How are you now?
Oh, geez, doing great. How
Oh,
are you?
geez,
Yeah,
no,
oh, geez.
feeling great. This
Yeah?
beautiful sunshiny
Oh,
day,
I barely look up.
right? Yes. Oh, the
You know
sun's so
what I mean?
bright in your
It
eyes.
does, and it hurts a little bit.
Oh, stings the
When you look
retinas.
too,
It does.
Yeah, and you don't. Oh, geez, you don't want to look
Real
too
just
long.
burns in there. Oh, geez.
Yeah, well, if you look, you know it hurts. So that's, yeah.
It hurts. It does hurt when you look.
Jeez, it
Oh,
hurts when you look.
jeez.
And when
Mighty
you-
smarts.
Well, yeah. I looked just earlier today, and I wish I didn't because it really hurt when I looked. So yeah, geez, don't look too long.
What a lovely conversation. Been pleasure to meet you. Let me check my book now.
You've said nothing to me.
About an hour and a half. Oh, jeez.
Are we in the
Said
hurry?
you
'Cause
heard just to know you're alive.
Oh,
That hurt.
if only Xander were here. He's actually from that part of the country. Like, oh my god. When you, when you get him starting on that kind of stuff. Oh my god. Okay, well, very well. I can get you on 8 a.m. with Yimble Honeyhead, but since the carriage was pre-booked, I'll need to get you on there with 2 others. That all right?
Do you have anything leaving now?
Oh, 8 a.m.'s in like 10 minutes.
Oh, that's fine. Can we pay
She
extra
checks her
to
sundial.
just reserve it personally?
What does that mean?
As in kicking the other people off this.
Oh, I'm afraid we
I'll pay
can't do
extra.
that. Oh, they paid an awful lot of money for the whole carriage. In fact, they're doing you a favor, I think. I'll have to check with them to make sure they're okay with it.
Oops.
Can you describe these people who friends would be
Oh,
on this carriage?
yeah, it's a
just out of
very-
curiosity.
Oh, though you'll get along great. It's a very learned drow fellow and his kid. Oh, they seem awfully sweet when they came in.
Don't look at me, not all drown out.
First of all, how dare you imply that I did that, first of all.
I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to the guy behind us.
Like, I'm a dinosaur. You started moving, and my vision is just attracted to movement.
I'm gonna move back 1 moment and let the group know what's happening. That we're gonna have to travel with a man and his child.
Oh, jeez.
Are we okay with that?
I mean,
We have no
We
other.
don't have a
know.
choice.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and
they're
that'll be 31 travers for the fee.
You know, as a guild member to another guild member, can you just? I know it's urgent, but what can you do for me?
I'm gonna need you to make one more persuasion check there.
Guidance.
You can do an advantage because of your membership.
Sticker shock, baby.
25.
What are these rolls?
You know,
70 plus 5 plus 3.
Wow.
well, I suppose the PAS did win the best healing tonic at the 840 Guild Society Festival of Potions last night. So
Yeah.
I'll cut it down to 21 travers for the fee.
Okay.
That's total, of course, not per head,
Look
you
at
sillies.
Pry.
Yeah, I know.
That would be 2 crests and 1 traver, basically.
Oh, I assumed. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Pride the bank.
I'm in the bank.
Do we have enough to cover everything?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I slide it over.
All right, great. She proceeds to hand you a ticket with 6 stamps on it, then directs you out the back where you can see a golden-haired gnome prepping a rather lavish carriage. It's pulled by a train of 4 horses and decked out with double doors, what appears to be ample interior room, and a large boot in the back for storage. The gnomish woman waves a hand to you. Hello, I'm Yimble. I'll be ferrying you south to Ignosi. It'll be about a week if we keep up a healthy pace, which I certainly plan to. We're just waiting for our last 2 guests.
Incredible. This is very nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. I can't wait to carriage you down the coast. Why do we all talk like this? It's a real beauty.
how many horses are pulling the carriage?
4.
What are their names?
Y'all couldn't hear that. There was laughing in the other room.
That
Incredible.
was what we call feedback in the industry. That was a very positive response from the control room.
Oh, this here, we call this one Samwise. Over here, we call this one Surya. Over here, we call this one... Stop it.
Stop it?
Stop it.
Stop it.
We call this one
Stop
Stap. And we call this one Slammer.
Hi, Slammer.
You just,
Why do you call it Slammer?
He's just stamping, stomping.
That's fine beast.
Oh, and I've dropped my beast, by the way.
Oh, I imagine.
Yeah, I can see now.
Almost on cue, though, you hear a voice from behind you. Tia, looks like we're going to make some new friends. Do you want to say hello? And turning to turning to look, you see a young drow man in smart linens holding the hand of a little girl and pointing at the group, all of you. The little girl nervously waves before scooting behind her father just slightly, and he holds a hand out to all of you. It is a pleasure. I'm Vijan Priest, rather. This is my daughter, Tia. I'm looking forward to the journey with all of you. They let me know we might have some guests on the carriage, and I thought, it's not a short trip, so the more the merrier.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely, yes. Always happy to meet new people.
Yeah, new people.
We're not usually able to splurge for the more luxurious travel options, so wanted to treat ourselves, and, well, I think a good enough treat is worth sharing.
How generous.
I definitely just quickly look away from him. I think she's kind of flushed, sort of reddish purple, and it's gonna just kind of squat down and try to get
Tia.
Tia's attention.
And she does. She looks up at you, and seems kind of like enamored a bit with your robes, like kind of like because you're wearing your normal robes, right?
Yes.
Kind of just like poking and like feeling and like looking at the elements of like ink and what have you, and just like entranced by it.
I kind of like paper, right? I want to reach into my bag and just tear a sheaf of paper from my large book, and I want to fold it into like just a little flower, just a little origami flower, and offer it to her.
And she reaches out to take it and looks at it, and Vision looks down and says, "That is so nice. What do you say to her?" And she says, "Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Can I keep it?"
Oh, please do.
And she looks in, and immediately you notice that while she loves the flower itself, she almost starts to like be picking it apart with her eyes. They're trying to figure out how you did it is like the main priority here, and it's just like she's like locked in there.
We have a long, and I want to say in a region, we have a long carriage ride, and I'll show you how to make it.
And she looks up at her dad and points like almost like both a holy shit, but also like, "Can I?" And he's like, yes, it'll be a lot of fun. Yes, we'll all, I'm sure, have plenty of time to talk and get to know each other as we travel.
Mm-hmm. That sounds great.
All aboard, says Yimble.
Time to get on the carriage, right? Yep.
Yeah, after you, please. First choice of seats.
We'll go in.
Go ahead.
You board the carriage, and the price is beginning to make sense. The interior is lavish, with tons of room to sit or stretch out, beautiful interior prism lighting during the day, and for the night, exterior wax lamps that burn outside of the carriage but reflect their light inside. There is a charcuterie board with wine on a small center table as you enter, and the seats are plump and velvet lined. Vision and Tia board as Yimble takes the reins. Next stop, Ignaci!
I mean, if you have to travel on land.
This is
Not
nice.
bad,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Can we sit up front? Is that possible?
You could certainly try to imagine. She seems
You want
friendly.
to sit in the driver's seat?
Yeah.
I suppose you could pop a head out and ask Yimble, but...
She's friendly, but you could do.
I like slide open the window. Can I, or pop open the window, I suppose? Yeah, roll it down. In this 1997 Mercury.
It opens.
Can I sit in the front?
Well, hello. You don't wanna sit in the plush, comfortable carriage?
And miss all the fun?
Your money, yeah. But come on up here.
And I'll climb out, pop down. Oh, cool. This is great.
Yeah, this is always one of my favorite routes that we travel. The peninsular coast is beautiful this time of year. Even in the winter, it stays pretty warm. It's always, the sea breeze is just, it's invigorating.
Mm-hmm. I agree, yes.
As she looks up at you while she's driving. Small as you are, she's a gnome.
Mm-hmm.
The trip, however, is rather smooth the first day. Is there anything specific any of you would like to do or get up to during that first initial day of travel as you ride? You may also, of course, interject at any time during the trip if there's a specific moment you'd like to have.
Is the carriage large enough to like have an aside that everyone wouldn't be able to hear?
You could certainly speak in a low enough tone and kind of like tuck into a corner that at the very least people on the other end of seating would not really pick up on it.
All right, I'm going to try and tuck into a corner with Pry if possible.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like saddle up as close as I can be without touching her. Hey.
Hey. Hello. Hey. Hello.
So I'm not going to ask if you're okay because that answers it.
Yes.
What's going on?
Vision is my oldest friend.
Oh.
And his daughter dies.
Oh. Soon?
Did he, when we talked, I know that she passed away when she was young, but that's hard for elves. In this part of the world, did I have an idea of like her approximate age when it happened?
I'd say the way that Vision spoke of it, especially the emotion that seemed to be connected to it, it felt like he lost her rather young. Losing a child is an impossibly difficult thing, no matter the age. But if you were to lose someone who had become an adult, who you come to know as a person in their own right, the effect is a bit different than to lose a child who never really had the chance to grow up.
Yeah.
And that was always the emotion you got from it.
Okay. Well, we're going to help the village in Tayo. We can help here too.
Yeah.
This could be amazing. We could. I know we're supposed to be careful about changing things, but I think we could probably do this.
Yeah. It's one thing to try to change something big. But for better or for worse, this defines a lot of his life. And maybe he doesn't become the person that I know if this doesn't happen.
I understand. We'll be with them for a little bit here, so whatever you decide, I'm behind you. And there's no right answer, I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm going to tell him. I just don't know how. Would you believe me?
Yeah. But I'm not a great source. If we're not gonna try and change it, then maybe it's better he doesn't know and is just reminded to cherish what's happening now. He seems like a very good father. I think he is.
I don't want to take that away from him. We're changing other things. We can change this too.
We can change this too.
This is a good change. Okay.
And Curse puts a hand out, just like as an offer to hold hands, but like
She
between.
immediately grabs it. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to him now.
Okay, we're all here.
Thanks.
And if you need us, do a hand gesture.
Okay.
I'll have to think of something other than this one.
That's
But
all I can think of.
I know, right? It's all I can think of too.
It's like the only sign I've ever heard of before.
Maybe just a simple wave.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, oh no, help.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Cool. Okay. And I want to like cross back to the side of the carriage, and what I would want to wait until like Tia's like asleep or otherwise distracted to try to strike up a conversation.
Sure. Well, then I'd say that with that in mind, this still being during the day, and she's playing with or in discussion with her father for a little while, a bit of time would pass during the day.
Yeah.
The journey would continue, and as you approach the evening and the sun dips below the horizon, Yimble popping down to let you know that she's going to ride through the night on some days, and on those you can actually recline the velvet seats to be able to rest in the carriage. On other nights, she'd be able to put up camp if needed or stay at local inns along the road. But as the evening does dwindle, Tia does seem to nod off on her father just a bit. And Pry, you actually notice that as Tia has fallen asleep, Vijon seems to be reading something, a small book, and mouthing words to himself, but he's leaned in such a way to sort of conceal the cover of the book as he reads. And Tia lightly snores against his arm.
I would hate to trouble you while you're reading. I deeply respect reading, but can I get a minute of your time?
Of course, yeah, no, not a problem.
Would you like a cup of tea?
If you have tea on the carriage, I would accept.
Do you have the teacup? Cool, thank you. And I want to just whisper through the teacup because I don't know how it works at all. What's the normal like cup of tea that we share when we talk?
Oh, that's right. That was, I believe, Kirahari Lovegrass and Prickly Pear.
Yes. Oh,
Of course.
What else would it be?
As people do.
I want this now.
yes. Yeah. So I kind of whisper into the cup like, "Come on, Come on, buddy, you got this. Kirihara love grass. Prickly pear. But not sweetened because he doesn't like sweet, which is insane.
I don't know what I've given you guys, but did you roll?
I just rolled
What was it?
17.
Not on the die.
There's like a little bit of a churning and a boobling as it goes.
Thank you so much. You'll. Thank you both.
Don't question it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Is it? That's lovegrass and desert pear. How did you... Are you partial to this as well?
I learned to like it from a friend.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
I know.
Thank you. Yes, I'm sorry. What did you want to talk about?
What are you reading?
Oh, this is nothing in particular. It's just a bit of... and he's also like, you can tell he's noticing your look, your garments as well. And he flips the book over and shows you the title, and it's titled The Ars Skyo Omnia, which in common means the art of knowing all, which is kind of a very core text in the Iamialic tradition. Yes, I merely dabble, really. I like to have a breadth of knowledge and to understand many traditions and philosophies as much as I can. Sometimes I feel the people of the West starve themselves of so much knowledge and truth by shunning some of these fields. Where I come from, there is little division between God or devil and demon or natural force. Yeah.
You've said this before. You'll say it later.
I'm sorry.
I promise.
I don't get your meaning.
Look, we have time in the carriage, but I don't enjoy idle chatter very much, and that's something you will come to appreciate about me. But we will meet someday, and the circumstances will be less than joyous. I am a member of the cult of Yamiel, as I know you know from my clothing. And you will be my mentor someday.
That is a mighty claim. And if I were your mentor in this future time, this faraway place, and you had come back and it was by sheer chance that we had met again, and you had taken it upon yourself to break that veil of unknown to divulge that to me, I could only imagine you would do it with a purpose. Why are you telling me this?
Because I never got to meet her, and I understand why she is the love of your life. Do not go farther into the Northlands.
And what are you saying becomes of Tia?
There are plagues there. Diseases of power and magnitude and swiftness that not even the magic that exists now will be able to stop. And she will fall to it. And you will throw yourself into your studies and become one of the wisest people I have ever met, whose knowledge and insight and trust I will find invaluable. But if there is pain I can spare you, then I have to do it. So please don't.
If what you are saying is true, do you not fear that I will never become the person that you knew? What that could mean for you?
I am a less selfish person than I used to be because I knew you. But I hold those lessons. I have them. And it's only because I know you that I am willing to risk who I am now to try to help you at cost to myself.
When we landed north of here to begin our journey, we had never been to Hammer's Head, to the western continents before. Tia acquired a cough that I had assumed must simply be some form of allergy to unusual pollens or grasses in the Westlands. It has been a few weeks now, and it has not abated. If what you are telling me is true, I cannot believe that I am already too late.
May I see her?
And he reaches into his pocket for a handkerchief and sort of like opens his body up so she's more visible. And he hands her the handkerchief as well, and you notice on it there are small flecks of green and a few small flecks of red as well. When I did not get sick, I assumed it was not infectious, that it was merely a reaction to the environment. She does not cough up much blood, but some.
Astrid,
Yeah. She's in her book.
can I have you investigate something for me?
Yeah, what's up?
Pathogen. And I just pass her a tissue. Can I do a medicine check on Tia?
Yeah!
Can I do a medicine check to see if I...
Yeah!
I cast prestidigitation on myself.
Clean the child!
It's good!
My power double
I'm
that 20s.
so nervous.
You can
Okay.
clean the inside of the channel and working just fine. It's prestidigitation the inside. I understand how magic works.
It's 25.
It looks like blood and
What'd you roll?
a 4.
God.
I'm too emotional
I
right
did
now,
kind of
okay?
just hand you stuff, and I'm like, this makes sense.
Inspecting it, here's the thing, is inspecting it, you can tell she's certainly sick with something, but without a deeper chemical analysis, you can't make a diagnosis off a napkin. So it's difficult to discern from that.
This is... unfortunately, it's just pathogen.
However, your medicine check, albeit just a medicine check, reveals something curious. You do not perceive anything, you're not a doctor, but anything distinctly pathologically wrong with Tia. You do, however, sense just in her immediate vicinity, just perhaps a centimeter off of her skin, the faintest aura of sickness upon her, as though it were almost something magically acquired.
Oh my god. You spend so much time thinking about that. This isn't a disease. This is a curse.
Yes?
I think she actually starts to cry at that point. Just that like little bit of like energy change is enough, and she's crying like inky black tears.
Oh.
I'll detect magic real quick. I'll
What
run
is
over at
happening?
the sound of her saying it's a curse.
You get a sense of, I want to say evocation magic, necrotic, rather, perhaps. It is putrefying in its essence. It is wasting. You even see in your mind this feeling of withering away, of death, of desiccation. It feels profoundly powerful, but identifiable, unlike some of the other unusual magics.
Right. Okay. How long is this trip?
To Ignaci is 5 or 6 days.
Okay, I can at least try a lesser restoration then.
I have that on me
Oh.
right now.
Okay, thanks.
Great. So I'm sorry, what were you?
Oh, I have lesser restoration, warmed up for today. So
Okay, great.
I can do it now.
Okay, great, awesome. So tell me how you cast that upon her, as, by the way, a bit of the commotion in the cabin has begun to rouse her.
When I took the napkin back, I kind of flip it to the clean side, and I think she thinks of it like trying to wipe away whatever that like magical like oiliness is across her, and she's just sort of like wiping her hands and trying to make it seem like, oh, she must have like touched something sticky, and it's just sort of murmuring under her breath, like the incantation, just trying to wipe off whatever that is, if not all of it, at least getting enough of it to try to move forward.
For sure. And as she awakens, she notices this. Her father gives her a kiss on the head and a quick like, it's okay, and pats her as she's still kind of like groggy and like not really fully with it. You do that, and you feel that there is some reduction, some shrinking back of this force. It's purged from her body just enough that you actually see her. She leans forward and she coughs, and this fat green wad like comes out of her lungs and hits a slice of salami on the charcuterie board.
No, do not eat the charcuterie. No,
flavor is
no.
They almost fillet the bird. And she looks up, and though it's difficult to sense just with your medicinal observation, although your detect magic might reveal this a bit more, the energy within her has lessened considerably. But it feels as though there's still the ever so slightest seed somewhere deep, deep, deep in there that might take, at a later date, perhaps something bigger to purge. But certainly, you get the idea that she is far from the danger zone right now.
Bought her a little time.
Were you successful?
In the beginning, yes. I will bend the entirety of my abilities to do whatever I can while we're here. Jean, I have never said this before to another person, but I love you and I will do whatever I can.
From Ignosi, I think we can take a ship down to Travis Peak.
Yes.
It is where we were traveling anyway.
Good.
There will no doubt be clerics there, healers there, who may be able to help us root out whatever might be left.
Good.
Thank you for this. It's still a lot for me to process to what you told me, but no doubt something has come from it. I must also ask you, if you are from another time, where we have perhaps studied and learned together, what of our homeland? I received an honorary fellowship with the Bibliotheca Imperium in Travis Peak when I sent them a dissertation discussing my theories of a possible drow homeland. Something that no historian has ever been able to fully determine. By your time, have I been successful in that?
No. But maybe this time can be different. It's going to be different.
I can only hope. I'm sure you understand, but I grow tired of just trying to write my own story when everyone else has a homeland, a legacy they can harken back to, and I just have to be wherever I am. Maybe one day we answer that question together.
I look forward to that day with my entire heart. Get rest.
Yes, I think I will rest for a time. Thank you. And the night does pass. And the journey along with it. Unless there's anything else specific you would have liked to be doing or get up to during that trip.
Not to be weird about this, and I might actually try and be kind
Please
of
be
quiet
weird.
about it, but I'm gonna kind of like look at Astrid and then look at like the gross thing, and then look at Astrid and then look at the gross thing.
I'm not eating that.
I'm not telling you to. I'm not telling you to eat it.
Okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna find a big enough vial for it and stuff it inside
I
of
just really like the idea of, returning to Zenda. You know what I mean?
Huh?
Can we send a little bit of that, figure out what it is, and send a little bit of that energy back to whoever's decided to kill a child?
I mean, I've never used a ton of magic with alchemy, but I can try. When we take camps outside, I can study it, work on it.
Just a thought, and I didn't want to bring it up to them just in case.
I can definitely try that. New science.
It's so gross, but
It's yeah.
You may add 1 bit of sick to your inventory.
Great. I love adding a bit of stick to my inventory.
And although it is an awfully short trip, Jibe, you enjoying, I'm sure, many of the coastal views and vistas from the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fresh air ruffling your fur, as you all have a chance to, thankfully now, actually relax a bit. Even though you spent a month on a ship, that was daily work and toil and labor just to keep it going. Now, you can sit back and just enjoy a few days where you don't really have to do anything. Some things. And one day, you hear the ringing of a dock bell in the distance, see gentle lines of smoke rising over the hills, and soon the town of Ignosi comes into view. At the very southerly base of the province's namesake peninsula, Ignosi is a town that has been long known for its trade, specifically brewing. While it was founded largely as an apiary and a meadery, that was a very long time ago. And since then it has expanded into a wealth of breweries, farms, textiles mills, and shipping, primarily engaging in trade with gold plains across the sea to the east and the Derisian Commonwealth to the south. Yimbul pulls the carriage to a stop at an office much like the one you began at in Polyria, and opens the door for all of you. Vijan and Tia hop out, Vijan extending a hand, first to Pry and then to the rest of you as well. It has been a pleasure traveling with all of you, and thank you again so much for what you have done.
If we never meet again in this life, I am grateful for the time that I will keep with me always.
That said, however, if you do find yourself in Traverse Peak,
Yeah.
My
Look for me in
fellowship
like
is-
350 years.
well, I mean, in our current period,
You're gonna be
my fellowship is 2 years. So, if you do find yourself down there soon, please, do locate me. I will be at the Bibliotheca Imperium most days studying. And all of you, thank you. It has been a blessing to travel with you all. And, wow. Good luck
Thanks.
on this.
Happy dreams.
Thank you.
Happy dreams.
I cast one last protection from poison on Tia. I'm so happy to run you through the hundreds and thousands of spells that I love.
Absolutely, yo.
It's not good radio, but
Give her the gamut. Yeah,
cool.
it's like,
Yeah.
I had the
Every
exact
spell.
same spells pulled up every time.
Yeah,
too.
of
I mean, the
course.
same
I was
thing.
just
I'm
like, let me just switch my entire thing. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, detect poison, protection from evil and good, lesser restoration, lesser restoration, lesser restoration.
think every day. Think, 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 think.
Yeah.
We'll just give the kid a vitamins, Just
Yeah.
until
Tia walks up to each of you, patting you each once on the thigh, before waving bye and toddling off with her father. Before you, Ignosi.
Ooh.
A hill to your west, with what appears to be a graveyard atop it, overlooks a town thriving with breweries, apiaries, mills, and workhouses. Quite a center of industry. To your right, the docks, or I should say, to your left, you're facing south, to your left, the docks, where a new ship has just pulled into port, dropping its gangway. The docks spill directly into town square of sorts, rather, and at the other end of which is a pub with a sign atop the door that reads, "The Linx's Paw."
It's a good name.
It's a good name.
However,
Clearly we need to go drinking.
I will say something about the docks catches your eye. You are not necessarily visible from that vantage point, but you see people beginning to make their way down the gangway that are very swiftly recognizable to you. Looking like callers.
Hood up.
Yep.
Yes.
Anybody we reckon?
I'll tell you.
Oh man, not
I
Jeffy.
get gloves for my pink hands.
I give up on my gloves.
I
There's-
promise my hands are pink.
I mean,
Yeah. So I'm on pocket.
Show me your pockets.
Yeah, Astrid just gave you gloves.
I'm giving you my gloves off my hands.
Oh, thank you.
Put them on so that I can use my hands without immediately being identified.
over at the docks, there's several someones, standing in the square, awaiting the ship's occupants as the gangway drops. They're callers. One among them, a male dwarf, exuding in a way you can't even, strictly speaking, see, but feel a sickening green aura, and sporting 3 golden stripes down the shoulder of his jacket, with 3 other rank-and-file callers accompanying him. The gangway drops, and you realize even more callers are now getting off the ship, a small legion of them. At their lead is Cal Jacoby, who looks worse for wear. The dwarven caller grabs Cal by the front of his jacket, pulls him down, and screams something in his face before shoving him and pointing toward the notice board in the center of town. The dwarven caller gathers the rest of the callers and leads them off into town, deeper beyond your sight. Finally, some ordinary passengers descend down the gangway, followed last by a frail old man escaping to a bit of shade. Cal proceeds to the notice board in the center of town, unrolls a couple flyers from his jacket, and pastes it to them. He then proceeds into the pub.
I don't get it. How do they know that we're here?
Well, I don't know what's on that. Do we know what's on the boat yet? I don't think we do.
No, but
Looks like there's some trouble in paradise, though.
I feel like it's probably us. Maybe that's self-involved, but like I feel like the poster's a wanted poster.
Can
for
I
us.
disguise self and go to the poster board?
You certainly may.
Let's go.
I'm gonna take my hood down and I'm gonna turn into an old lady.
Let's go.
old lady?
Super old lady.
Like, kind of keep an eye on the old man.
You certainly can. Roll me
Just gotta keep
perception
an
for
eye on
that. And then Astrid, could you roll me a stealth if you're trying to be kind of low-key?
Ooh.
Huh?
Nope.
Oh, you're not being stealthy.
She's just
I'm
an
an
old
old
lady.
Oh, so
now.
you're like you're allowing yourself to be noticed as that person.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, absolutely.
Just a hunched over little old lady walking over to the notice board.
Wonderful. Well, I'll say, as you watch the frail old man, you just see him sitting in a tree, really, like, underneath the shade of a
Oh,
tree.
that's weird. I rolled a natural 20, and that's weird.
Let's be totally clear. He's sitting in the shade of a tree, sort of just like fanning himself and taking in the breeze, the sea, the salt air, just relaxing for a moment. The other passengers, a couple of families, some other various workers who are going to be working in the textile mills here, disperse into town. You then break off from the group briefly to go inspect the notice board. Is there anything else anyone would like to do as you see this troop of callers now move deeper into the city?
I'd like to position in a place where I can see Astrid but not be seen.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of hide there and ready up like a firebolt, because there's a lot of magics that can detect
Right.
what she's doing.
Fantastic. Astrid, you do spy a poster on the notice board. It is, once again, a wanted poster for someone impersonating Iana Southmarch, is the way it's phrased. And there's one for the lot of you. And this time with approximate artistic renderings.
I grab it and I just tear it down. I'm not even being subtle about it.
They never get the nose right.
Beautiful. That aside, is there anything else you'd like to do? What next?
I'll go back to the group because I don't want to be by myself.
Yeah.
I don't know where we go from here.
I'm so sad about my natural 20. Oh.
They did arrive exactly when we got here?
That's uncanny.
That's not great. But it's not so accurate that they knew exactly where we are. They just knew that we were getting here today.
Right.
Or,
It's a pretty big land. It's
I mean, whether it's a coincidence or not, we also... We were in the same kind of time of escaping as we think the princess, yes?
Yeah.
Could it be that they're actually following
Her?
her?
Well, they're putting up posters for us. Was there a poster of the princess next to it?
But is she more easy to track than we are? Who knows? Honestly, I don't know.
I mean, she got away from one of the greatest trackers that I personally know.
And who's that?
Are you
Who's
talking about
It was
yourself?
me. Yeah, of course. it was
Come on,
me.
guys. Go ahead.
Why don't they seem to be going with purpose? Why don't I go do a little investigation? Just follow from the rooftops, quietly and swiftly, and report back.
Just be careful around the spooky one.
Oh yeah,
Be
yeah,
really
Definitely
careful.
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
yeah. That goes without saying. Okay, great.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Let
Be
me.
careful.
And then I guess I haven't like not remembered until now, but I have the ring on me, and so.
You have the ring on you, yeah.
Yeah, I've had the ring the whole time, so I'm just gonna like tear out like a piece of paper from like a notebook that I have, and I'm gonna like wrap. You're not supposed to touch this, right?
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, great. I'm gonna wrap it up in some paper.
Wait, why the hell do you have the ring?
I stole it.
What?
So-
Why did you steal his ring?
We all talked about. Well, we talked about it.
We did talk
We were
about
not
it.
there for that
What?
conversation.
We're gonna have a conversation
Yeah,
about
that was
stealing
a
from
festival.
friends.
Oh, I did not steal from a friend.
But he said he's gonna miss us.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. When did you all have a conversation when suddenly you all decided that he was A-okay? Because the last time that I was checking it, we were all like, is he secretly the worst person that we could possibly think of?
Dog, are you
Wasn't
Oris?
that you? was that not you?
I'm pretty sure the quote was "Dog, are you Oris?"
Yeah, what three fingers are pointing back at you when you pointed
okay.
at me?
Okay, I stopped complaining pretty early. Everyone else was making more noise, and I feel like it focused on me a lot, and I don't enjoy it.
I'm more just surprised because it seemed potentially dangerous.
Well, that's the thing, though, is it had this mystery magic on it, and this gives us time to figure it out.
Yeah, we're better at magic than he is, so if it's dangerous, it's better that we have it.
Sure, right? Yeah, definitely better at magic than Kansas is.
The one that sent us back in time.
But I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a while.
It's
That's true.
mysterious that it's the same kind of magic
I agree.
as the people that are hunting us. Maybe this is a clue as to what Kelsis's whole deal is. We're just gonna check it out.
I'm gonna go
you
ahead.
got
I'm
it.
gonna go ahead and put this out on the table. It's not that big of a deal.
No, the ring's
No one
a
should
big
be
deal.
mad at me.
Not mad.
And on top of that, I don't feel bad about it.
I don't think you should feel bad about it.
Great.
My
As
anxiety
long
is
as you're all
completely
right.
separate from the ring. It's fine.
Thank you for doing that.
Great.
Hold
I'm-
on.
Just please be
Before you go, and I reach into the bag and I pull out a pair of like platinum like bands and I toss you one.
Oh,
Can you just wear this until you get back?
Yeah.
You have to give it back though. Don't keep it.
I'm not stealing if you're giving.
Okay.
I will. Yeah, I'll bring it back.
Sweet.
That sounds good.
And I put it on. You gotta put it on.
Okay, yeah, I put it on.
I cast Warding Bond.
Ooh.
What does this do?
Don't get hit. It's gonna suck for me also.
Although that will let us know that you're in trouble.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
It's kind of an early warning detection system if shit goes awry.
Got it. So if I get in trouble, I hit myself, and then you'll be like, I'm just kidding.
Honestly, though, that
It
could
would be-
work.
Is it gonna hit?
Really well.
You could just slap
Damn it.
yourself or
Yeah.
pinch yourself.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm very
Okay.
quick. Okay.
We believe in you. You're
Thank
gonna
you.
be great.
I wrap the ring up in a piece of paper, so no one touches it. Okay.
Right, good
I'm
idea.
gonna hand it to Curse because it was our agreement. But if anything happens with the ring, you cure Curse.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Perfect. Okay. Wait. Great. I'll be back.
I know.
You're definitely going to be back.
I just had a weird carriage
be
ride for a
fine.
whole week, and I'm nervous about my friends. So
Yeah.
good luck.
All right.
Just come back really quick.
I'm gonna scale up like a drain pipe, and just like
Gathering apples.
very sneakily, but the second I'm at the top of the rooftop, just like wave very obviously to everybody.
Fine. Yes, fine.
Will you be tracking them stealthily?
Yes.
Make me just one stealth roll and one survival check to see how this goes into the future.
Got this.
Survival, not great, but stealth? Hell yeah, baby. That's gonna be an 18 for stealth.
Great.
And for survival,
Big money.
7.
Yes, I mean, Jive deftly jumps up onto one of the roofs and stalks off toward where you saw the entire fleet, the troop of callers moving deeper into the city. And that is where we'll be taking a very, very short break as we have Jive taking off into the city in pursuit of callers. What will become of him? Well,
Why would you say it like that?
you might find out soon. You might not. Tune in to see
Wait, I'm sorry.
when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Borros Saga, Banesbreak, Episode 6, The Hermit of Ignosi. As you can see, our wonderful, sleuthy catboy Jibe has taken off into town to track the collar troop moving inland. I hope he'll be okay. But, in the meantime, I'm saying I hope.
Well, like you say that, because of course he's going to be okay. He's just going to track somebody.
I'm wishing the kitty
But
well.
now that you say it,
I'm
stressed.
He was really gonna be fine, and then you said that.
I have the note right here. Jibe lives, ? He'll be fine.
The question
Good enough
mark.
for me.
Meanwhile, all of you find yourselves gathered approximately outside of the, well, in and about the town square, having seen the wanted posters of Via Astrid there, and noticing the Linx's Paw Tavern, where Cal had just entered as well. You know that you're here in Ignaci for a couple of reasons, perhaps. There was the lead on the Aarakocra who were looking for help defending their village, and of course, Nykram, this odd old hermit scholar who might be able to assist you, Neela, in deciphering your cloth. Although now, with the disembarking of several callers and familiar faces from this ship, that presents entirely new questions. What would you all like to do now that you're all standing in this square?
Well, I did roll a natural 20 before we broke on watching
right.
the old man, and you just said that there was an old man sitting by a tree, and I'm just wondering if maybe there's a natural 20. I don't get those very often.
What can you do for natural 20?
Listen,
Vince?
what can you do
What
for
can
a
you
crit?
give us for a natural 20?
I mean, I can tell you watched the hell out of that old guy.
I know.
So you watch this old man who looks to be likely a human, very possibly in his 80s or 90s, hunched and wrinkled, bald, fanning himself in the shade, although now seemingly having cooled off a bit. He tightens his tunic a little bit, ties it off at the top, stands up with a walking cane, and just gently ambles deeper into the city, following largely the path of the other more ordinary citizens who were disembarking from the ship that had docked. Nothing unusual really stands out to you. It does kind of seem like an old guy.
Okay, fine.
I mean, kinda.
I mean,
Do you want to discern something about the old man?
Well, I guess I've been looking around for a little bit. It's not Nykram, this guy. Is it? I guess
You
how
don't
would I
get the
know?
impression. I mean, Ash would also be able to. You would notice Nykram if you saw him, if it was the same Nykram
it's the
you
same
know.
guy. But
At the
it
very
can't be.
least, you can tell this old man is not the Nykram you knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you all like to do?
I mean, we saw Cal go into the bar.
I have a terrible idea.
Oh, yeah?
What's
I love terrible ideas.
We saw Cal go into the bar. By himself, there's no other callers. Looks a little worse for wear.
Wait, did you all not see the little dwarven?
But they
Caller-
split off. He's not
He
there
went-
anymore. It's just Cal in a bar by himself.
Do you think we could take him because he's alone?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Are we not going to alert the rest of them? I'm not scared of Cal. He looks raggedy. I'm worried about the aura coming off of the three-striped dwarf.
And Jibe is after those people. What about Cal is in the book? Because he was you've mentioned him before.
yeah.
He's got the head. He's got like
he got wrecked by us.
so.
Okay, so then
That sounds fun.
maybe when else is he going to be alone, I guess?
Last night.
He-
That's
He did regret about Iana. He didn't know what Oris was going to do, so maybe we can appeal to his humanity a little bit.
So, sorry, just from... He was interviewed in the book?
Mm-hmm. He was interviewed in the book, and he didn't know that Oris was going to kill Iana, and he regretted that.
Okay, maybe instead of us actually all going in as ourselves, you could go in looking like you do right now. You're still an old lady right now.
Oh, I didn't even.
oh yeah.
I don't even hear it.
Yeah.
I don't hear it at all.
Ooh, so you hear your own voice in your head, or you just...
It just sounds natural to me.
But what if you went in and you told Oris or you told Cal that Oris is gonna kill the princess.
I mean, I'm okay with doing that.
Even if it just sows a little bit of doubt in what he's doing.
I think he's already got some doubt. I mean, if you, I don't know, having been yelled and screamed at by people who are supposed to be in charge of me before, like, it's not, and I would imagine many of us have, it's not necessarily the best feeling, and he doesn't really look like he's enjoying it or believing in it necessarily so much anymore, you know?
I could go talk to him. Do you want me to be as myself or as an old lady?
Definitely not yourself.
Start as an old lady, maybe.
Okay.
We could all go into the bar
was
as
gonna say,
well,
if we
so we're
can-
within shouting distance if something goes wrong.
I can always.
Should we pretend that we don't know each other when we go in?
I say we don't go. We can't use the front door.
Yeah,
in the bar.
no.
No, we go in the back. We listen in, and we're there to support you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay with you?
Okay.
but we got to be incredibly quiet, as stealthy as possible. This could be our only chance.
If we can stop him, even having any kind of more doubt about this, I want to save her if I can.
We could get a collar on our side. Best case scenario, I suppose.
Yeah.
There has to be some good in him somewhere.
Or we could just kill him.
I'd
Either way.
rather have him on the inside.
I like the other option.
I think we should try that option first before we
The
just
killing?
kill him.
Oh,
You're making good progress, Luca.
Oh, that's in my past now. I'm back to my old self.
Proud of you.
That's not how progress works.
What do you mean?
we're gonna
It
deal with
doesn't
that later.
replace. It synthesizes and moves forward. You will always be the person that felt that anger. You just know how to move through it now.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yep.
All right,
Cool,
I'm
cool.
gonna head
Tight.
towards.
Because you do remember from the book, especially, that while Cal had participated in the battle in the Republic that saw Iana taken from your group and then ultimately killed by Oris, he did indeed, in his interview with Ava years later, and bearing the scars and lifelong debilitating physical damage of that fight, having in fact to breathe using a magically designed cowl that assisted his breathing. He regretted the participation he had at the time and wished that he could have made another choice if given the chance to not help Oris commit that atrocity against the South March family. That said, you do enter the bar alone.
Yep.
Wait for us.
Okay. I'm like standing outside the door now.
Wait for us. I would like to look for a back door to the tavern.
Right, and I assume the rest of you who are going to be entering are trying to be stealthy about
yeah.
this. Let's see
stay
some
with
stealth
me on
rolls.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I stealth like a pink tiefling.
Oh, buddy.
That's a nat one.
Maybe.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh!
Okay.
Sorry.
How about over here? Are you joining?
Why would I go in? That's a terrible idea.
You're waiting outside?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like we
we're
should
all
wait
going
outside
into
too.
the
I'm a
back
big
Okay.
bird with
Fine.
distractions.
I go.
Oh, you don't have to go in by any means.
I'll be with everybody.
Oh,
Should
how
I go
easily
in?
Pry is peer pressured. What a
totally-
sentence.
It's totally up to you. I want to hear this, and I want to be able to, if it goes badly, be immediately on the ground.
Oh, but through the back door.
Yeah, I'm going through the back
Oh, okay.
door.
I totally misheard what you said. Okay, yeah,
I
I'll
have
go
13.
too.
13 stealth, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't go in the front
Dirty
door.
20.
20, 20, nat 1, 13. What was your total of those curse?
Stealth? 3.
Okay.
I have a thought. If there are any employees that are like mingling around the door, I would like to just tug on one's like sleeve and kind of ask them to like.
You see a young fellow, probably in his late teens, smoking a pipe out back. One of probably only 2 people working the bar in the middle of the day. Yeah, certainly you give his sleeve a tug and he turns around.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Can I help you?
How would you like to take the afternoon off?
Well, I don't know. I kind of like need the hours, but
Well, your paycheck, all yours.
well, what are you offering me?
Can I just? I'm assuming he's wearing some kind of like apron situation.
Kind of, yeah. It's like a very approximate uniform. It's mostly just like an apron with like a little bit of a towel tucked in for cleaning.
There's a
what is
hat,
down with that?
right?
Is there a hat, right?
Yeah.
He's also got a
I thought
little
there might be a hat. I was thinking I was seeing a hat.
a little cap on that just covers like the top of his head to keep his hair out of the drinks.
Perfect. Okay,
But what does he look like?
I guess, yeah, that's a good question. What does he look like?
He looks like kind of a scrawny, acneed young fellow, big Adam's apple, lanky and tall.
What's your name?
They just call me Richie here.
Richie. Your paycheck at the end of the week, all yours. I will also give you, and I'm going to pull 3 silver out of my pocket and go, these, if I can borrow your uniform, and for like half an hour.
You just want my clothes?
Yep.
And you give me money and I get my paycheck anyway?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go throw some rocks at some fish. Let's do this. And as Curse deals with that moral dilemma,
Sorry for the psychic damage.
Puts the hat over her horn.
and also hands you over the apron.
All right. I feel like that should make up for my nat one.
Sure.
I feel like this hat over my horn should.
I will have that combined with the 2 very successful rolls to help give you all an average of acceptable stealth.
Thank you.
So to speak.
Big Bird.
So, yes, you do find that entrance in the back. Rich does appear to plod back off toward the docks, picking up some rocks along the way.
Weird guy. Very weird guy.
I don't like that guy.
That guy is a weird guy.
That's a weird guy.
I'm not here.
I don't like this guy. I don't like him one bit.
Weird guy, huh, that guy?
Yeah.
The guy that you
so weird.
talk to?
That
Odd
guy's
guy, that
weird.
guy.
Such a weird
I
guy.
like that guy.
Anyway.
Okay,
that
bit's
guy.
done now.
One more. You do it.
Weird guy, that guy.
Yeah! You don't even know what that means.
We'll tell
I
you
love
when
that.
you're older.
I love you for that. Great. So
Sorry.
you will enter from the back. There's literally no one back here. The Lynx's Paw does not have a kitchen either, I should add. So this is more just like a service entrance where they would bring in new casks and what have you to refill the drink stock. But you can sort of like hide away in the hallway that leads to the bar proper and listen in. Again, we're in the middle of the day. Yes.
Sorry. Is it possible to get into the bar, like to peek over to see where Cal is like looking so that I can be sitting somewhere watching in the bar?
Okay, great. Yeah, you can peek in from the back end, and then simultaneously, Astrid, you are also entering the bar from the front. Is that right?
I was an old lady.
Great. So, I'd say entering the Lynx's Bar Tavern, you are all greeted by a smoky, spacious, if sparsely inhabited interior. You do notice Cal, who's taken a booth in the back by himself on the right side of the bar. You are peeking in from the left back. He's largely ignoring a beer in front of him, looking, as I said, worse for wear, as his uniform is ragged and a bit scuffed and striped up. He has bags under his eyes and looks like he's also been in a few physical altercations as of late. Across the bar, a dragonborn and a human idly play dice, and a woman with black hair sits at the bar nursing her tea and turning to catch you coming in before just turning back to her drink.
Okay, I'm gonna make my way over to Cal.
Sorry, I was rolling against passive perception there. Great! So you notice that Cal is sitting on the opposite side of the bar from where you're coming in. Or are you working the...
The pink tiefling is working the bar.
I'm turning my
gloves on.
face away, and I've got gloves on.
And a hat.
You also a foot shorter than the employee you took the clothes from.
She's got tippy
Even
toes.
a new shift started. Does he know all the employees?
The
That's
bartender is absolutely going to look over to you and say, you working here?
Yup.
When?
Now?
Wasn't Rich he's bussing tables?
Oh, you didn't hear about Rich?
I didn't hear about Rich. What happened to Rich? I want to hear more now. What happened to Rich?
He went down to the pond to throw rocks at fish. And a big one came.
Sorry.
It got him. What's his name tag say?
Oh, me? Oh, let me have a look at his name tag and see what I get here. You see a name tag that reads Malu.
Malu. God, Malu. God, he got rich.
You're telling me a big fish at the docks.
Yeah, they don't know if he's gonna be okay. They've got the body, but it's not looking good.
How big a fish are we talking?
Oh, it was big. I mean,
Yeah, just.
that's a fourth.
I heard I get 4 of those.
Ran down, stay away from the lake.
Roll persuasion with advantage, because I take pity.
Okay. 19.
Oh boy. Jesus Christ. The bartender leans against the bar. Oh my god. Oh my god. He was my godson.
It's getting dark.
You should probably go.
I hope it's gonna be okay. I can't leave the bar. I've got a job to do. I don't know if a 19 will get that far.
It's okay. I got it.
Look, you
Go
know
be
what?
with your godson.
I'm gonna finish this one last shift for Richie.
Okay.
This one's for you. And he pours a drink and then pours it out.
Planning on it being a whole thing. I was just gonna clean some cups.
Well, congrats. It's a whole thing.
You got your first job.
Oh yeah, your first like.
Real outside of the circle.
It's also
job was
amazing, by the way, that Curse,
wasn't a
still
job.
fresh out of the circus, knows how to staff a bar.
I don't know if
knows
she
a
does.
lot of
But we
things.
clean.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, look, if he had left and I had to run the bar, the bar wasn't being run, but I could clean a cup. We cleaned a lot.
I'll take that. The rest of you, yes, you enter and you
Always sad.
you see this before you. And I'd say, because I rolled a 1 against passive perception, which you'll have more than a 1 passive perception, right? We're all, okay, great. You walk in just like this.
Warged.
Here we go.
Warged.
Fully
It's that
warged.
dove.
I'm warged down the street.
You all notice that the woman at the bar with black hair seems to be side-eyeing Cal as well. Perhaps just because he's a collar or a weirdo or messed up. It's hard to say, but she is side-eyeing him. Astrid, as you enter, old lady and all, what do you do?
I just mosey on over to Cal and take a seat across from him
At the same booth?
at the same booth. I am not subtle.
He looks up from his beer, still full, but the head has like evaporated down. And he glances up at you. You know, if you don't mind, I would kind of prefer to be alone right now.
You seem like you've had some trouble.
You could say that. And right now, I'm getting a little bit of therapy for it.
You haven't touched your drink.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm sorry, do I know you?
No, I'm just. I noticed that you seem to have an altercation with that dwarf earlier. Didn't seem kind for somebody to do to a fellow's collar.
And what business would that be of yours? How the collars handle themselves?
It's not, but you weren't treated kindly. It's not a nice thing to do to somebody that is supposed to be on the same side as each other. And judging by the look upon Your face, right now, you seem very upset, bruised, and not having a good time.
I appreciate your concern. What is your name?
Astrid pauses because she wasn't thinking this far.
Now it's
through.
your turn.
Alette.
Alette, I appreciate your concern. I assure you that the local caller presence here is as vivid and strong as ever, and you needn't worry about us in Ignosi.
That's a little bit of my concern because I've seen the posters, finding the imposter princess, and I wonder if that is even good. She obviously Astrid lets the disguise fall away from her eyes, so the lilac blue appear. Sometimes doing what you think is right isn't always right.
Roll a persuasion check.
12?
You see, he silently, but visibly, draws a dagger from his belt and just places it in his hand on the table as he leans forward. And you'd know something about that, would you?
Not necessarily. Sometimes you fall into things that you're not expecting. Sometimes you follow things you think are right, but aren't always. Oris took the throne, basically, to help lead after the king was gone. But people don't like getting rid of the power that they have. Sometimes people like power once they have it. And letting go of that, well, people don't always... Things get in the way.
You know, I'm really not in the mood right now to be fucked with.
Astrid
How?
leans across the table, tilts her head a little, and drops the disguise.
Question.
Yes!
Question. How far away could I reasonably be and still hear all of this?
I'd say up to about 10 to 15 feet.
I would love in this moment, especially after the knife came out, I'm just gonna calm emotions.
Oh, fun!
I love
And
you,
describe to me
John
how that
Place.
spell works mechanically here.
Do. There's a save.
There's a save!
And I'd like to have maneuvered myself essentially to be like at the booth, like next to the booth, like if there's one like attached, so that I can be
An
like,
adjacent
right
booth.
there. Yeah, an adjacent booth.
So you're very close.
I would like, I not out of Cal's eye line,
Mhm.
but like in the adjacent booth to be incredibly close, but
You
while
can like work your way
listening-
behind the bar to like a
Yeah.
booth behind him, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. But
and
also watching the rest of the
Watching the
patrons,
patrons, you don't notice much else happening. The two at the table are playing dice, and the woman at the bar does seem to be watching this conversation, but not necessarily reacting, just gently sipping at a tea with a wedge of lemon on the cup.
Luca definitely goes over to the table where people are playing dice, and he just picks them up and starts juggling them. How's it going?
The Dragonborn looks up. Fine.
Do you want to play a game?
Do you know any dice games?
No?
Do you want to come up with one?
Curse is
Yeah.
like signaling you from behind the bar, like,
Ixnay on the ice day.
We'll just play Stack the Dice.
They begin to entertain the notion and start to discuss the possible rules or nature of that game. Meanwhile,
Charisma save.
that is a charisma save, okay. And the effects of a failed save.
Would be making a target indifferent about creatures of my choice that it's hostile toward.
And a save that is a success, which will result in nothing happening.
Correct.
Okay. What is your DC?
12. Hey, do me a favor.
Everybody flip off the dice.
Fuck you, dice.
Roll low, please.
I'm gonna roll this openly. I want you to see it. I want you to see when this drops.
Hey, dice.
Come on.
I'm the DM. Roll good for me.
We're looking at a +2.
Everybody flip it off.
Absolutely not. How dare you roll a 13?
No! So close.
But does he know?
close.
But does he know? Does he know?
Is he aware the spell's been cast on him?
Doesn't say.
At this point, he sees you drop the disguise.
Yeah.
He sees Luca at the table with... I mean, he already saw you, to be fair. He sees Luca at the table with the dice. Doesn't see the rest of you. Hasn't taken notice necessarily of Curse either. And looks around. Are you fucking kidding me? And sticks the knife in the table.
I put my hand on his. Oris is going to kill her to keep power.
I should bring you in right fucking now.
Okay, calm down, calm down.
I understand. Regardless of what you want to do about us, think about that. People don't give power. Oris will not let anything stop him. He will murder her.
Iana's not a threat to him.
Yes, she is. She can take over the throne. Who would give up power over an entire continent?
Iana was happy to let Oris take control after Urine died.
Under weird circumstances.
That's pretty rich coming from you, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah, why?
Because I have it on good intelligence. That was you and your friends there who made that happen.
I haven't even left Verdane until I got to High Point.
You telling me you just pop up one day? You said you were traveling from the south, from Delta's meet. That's the path we were told the assassins took after they took out Urine. Why do you think I'm after you fuckers?
At this point, I'm going to start kind of inching my way, still facing away from them towards the table.
None of the other patrons are noticing this conversation.
It's becoming more elevated now. And even amidst the dice game, the Dragonborn and the other fellow at the table kind of are looking like over their shoulder.
I'm gonna approach the tables that are not him.
I'm like slowly grabbing a few dice and putting it into my hand.
What about everybody else?
The woman at the bar seems to still be watching intently the conversation taking place, but is glancing around the room and now noticing more of you around the room. She seems to feel like something's going on here, but she's not quite sure what, and just like sticking to the tea.
Upon approaching the other tables, I'd like to tell them that we're closed.
The other patrons.
Yeah, the other patrons in the restaurant, the ones that are at like the tables, dice game people.
It's really just those two. Those two and the woman with black hair
The woman with black hair.
at the bar.
I see Neela watching her, so I'm not approaching her yet, but I am going to approach the table and say, I'm sorry, actually, we're closing up early today.
Okay.
You should be on your way.
We can head out.
Yep.
The dice are at the table when we sat down, so
okay.
you can keep those if you want, I guess.
Cool.
Come on. Let's go throw some rocks at fish. No, let's... All right, let's head out. There's more places to get drinks. It's Ignaci.
I'd like to prepare to cast silence in case it starts to get a little loud.
Yes. Meanwhile, at the table, Calcis is noticing more of you around the bar. Oh, so Jesus Christ. Cal.
Cal.
I was like,
We knew it.
Doggy Oris.
We got you.
He's
Cal.
Cal, see.
You ever seen him in the same room?
No.
Yeah.
Wait, we did.
Oh no, I don't remember that far back in the past. That was weeks ago. But
Doesn't look anything to me. However, Cal is noticing more of you around the room. Where's Kelsis?
He's safe. We wouldn't hurt him. We wouldn't let anything happen to him after you almost got him murdered.
I didn't want him brought into this.
And you sent those men after us. After we tried to leave.
After you. Those are orders.
Voices, voices. Everyone stay calm.
Regardless of what you think we might have done, all I care about is making sure she doesn't die.
How can I trust that after what you did?
You think we did.
Oh, now so you're saying they're the liars.
They aren't great. Have you seen the destruction around? The disturbance of the areas in Trerive?
You're not even denying it. Give me all these reasons why it's probably not you. You won't even tell me you didn't do it.
Just say we didn't do it.
We didn't.
That
Astrid freezes for a moment. Because I know the future.
Oh, this is a good idea. All right.
Well.
We moving in?
I'm just
time to
gonna
go have a
lock
seat?
the door real quick.
The fuck are you talking about?
Can I do a Arcana check to know if I know about portents?
Portents like the portent die mechanic of the divination wizard, or like
Kinda
just the
just
idea
like,
of telling the future?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. Roll an Arcana.
19.
I mean, especially in your dealings with Nicrum, I'd say you've encountered the idea that some people might have a prescient nature to them, knowing things about later events that they wouldn't have a logical way of determining, perhaps.
Let's just say I know there's a future where Yana never takes the throne, and it doesn't go well.
Why don't you just show him the book?
Do I hear that?
She said it.
Prove your point.
And I put my hand up for the book.
You have it.
Oh, I have it? Oh, I never...
You put your hand up and find the book.
Oh, yes, it's in my
You
hair.
draw the book.
It's a magic trick. Ta-da! I do. I pick up the book and just slide it to him.
I guess we might as well go have a seat now.
Yeah. Hey, make me a drink.
I will. I
What
would like
is
to.
happening
I would
to the
like
rest
make
of the bar?
her a drink. So I cleared everyone but the woman you were watching out of the bar.
What's she doing?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Currently, she's locked in.
Noticing you all make your way toward this seat, she slides her tea out. Bartender's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still there. She drops a dar on the bar for the bartender and gets up to go out around the back.
Pride did get up and lock the doors.
the front
I
door.
did.
Was
I
the
heard
front
you.
door?
Huh?
Yeah. I just rolled a 15 to just kind of like get up and follow.
Sure.
I don't know, I don't know whether it needs to be like, I'm just trying not to like spook her.
Sure. That's good enough to sort of keep a tab on her. You watch her go back to the door you came in through in the back. She tries it and notices it is latched, and then draws a dagger from her belt, sticks it in there, and hoists it, and you hear the lock pop.
I love her.
As she starts to do that, please don't fuck up, please don't fuck up. Wait.
And she just turns to look at you. Can I help you?
No, but I think I can help you.
She gently swings the door open behind her. Well, I actually got the door open. So
Excellent.
I think I'm good to go. Don't know why you locked everyone in here, but I've got a horse outside. I've had a lovely cup of tea. I think I'm gonna head
Please
out.
don't run. Just hear us out. Hear me out.
Can I hear that? I'm at the bar.
I'm trying to be very quiet.
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably not.
I want to know if I could hear
'Cause
her
I-
response.
Roll perception.
I do not want her to think that I am trying to attract attention.
It's at 16 for perception. I want to
Watch
know.
this just be some chick at the bar.
I just want to know if I heard her say, "I've got a horse out front," and I'm gonna go.
What was the number?
16.
You heard her say that she has a horse. And that she's going to go. Yeah, sure.
Maybe it's just some old guy. Maybe it's just some girl. I don't know.
I'd like to look for the horse. I just take a peek out the surrounding like windows that I assume are here. See if I can see the horse.
You actually don't see a horse out front, curiously enough. It is not in the front of the building tied up where you'd expect it to be.
Okay.
Sorry. Don't know what you're talking about. Not running from anything. I'm skeeved out by all this stuff happening in this bar right now, so kind of want to just get on with my day. You guys can handle what you want to do. I don't really want to be fucking around with some callers right now, if that's cool with you.
The city's crawling with them. They have one of the extra spooky ones here. You are not safe alone.
I seem to handle myself pretty well.
You know, I heard that. But how long do you think you can keep it up? The rest of your life?
I think. And she's slowly kind of stepping backwards through the
I'm
door.
like kind of trying to move without like.
Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun.
Not fast. This is gonna be bad.
She's stepping back into the doors. I think I can keep it up for a little while longer.
Please let us help you. Why would I approach?
Again, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you think I am. I have places to be. I'm sure you do as well. You all doing something with your collar buddy over there, so I'm gonna let you get to it. Now, if you'd like to try and stop me, that's an entirely different conversation.
Don't make me fight you.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oopie.
And you see her having edged her way toward the threshold
Fair enough.
of the bar.
Damn it. Okay. Here we
She make a dex saving throw.
go. Can I see this happening to me?
You're facing it, so that's fair, yeah.
I'm a barbarian, baby. Please. Oh no.
Music to my ears.
16.
Okay, well, that's not bad.
No. Thank God for advantage, though.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. That's enough to mitigate but not stop the effects of this. She edges her way just enough that as you're talking, you sort of just lose track a little bit of where you're standing in the hallway. Because you're kind of trying to like just keep pace with her as you're talking.
Because I'm not that smart. I'm just doing my best.
Yeah, and she's just walking as she's talking, and all of a sudden there's as the door is like slammed in your face, not realizing you're standing right in the threshold now. Taking already halved 1 point of entryway damage.
Respect. Okay.
However, as it slams into your nose and you feel the door shut, as you push it open, see her on her horse and beginning to make distance.
I'm just going to, like, as it starts to come out, I just want to say, Princess, wait, and then just start after her.
You're on foot to chase the horse.
Until something else makes me not, like, because you were looking at the horse, right?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see a horse?
I didn't see a horse.
Okay, cool.
Didn't see no horse.
Then
It was tied up in the back.
All the
well,
way around, but
oh no.
And so certainly, I mean, you give chase on foot.
I pull a rope out.
How much rope do you got?
No,
50 feet.
I've
bitch.
got 50
What's
feet
up?
of rope.
Can you throw it 50 feet? Let's see.
I'm gonna range.
Oh, let's see how far you can toss that rope.
Is that a strength or what is that?
Oh, everything with some shifty lady turns into like a 20-minute adventure.
I'm just, look, I miss jive.
I misjudged. This one's for you, buddy.
It's for you, jive.
Just start yelling S words. Maybe you can attract the horse's attention.
So you're
Well,
trying
eventually get its
to
name.
lasso
Yeah, I guess.
A common boat skill.
Yeah.
Please.
So what am I rolling for this?
Pretend it's a mast.
I kind of am.
I'd
Kind of
say
pretending it's another ship that I'm trying to
roll. My God, roll your whatever you'd normally roll for something boat related. So I'm assuming that would be
Go on.
that'd be a strength check with proficiency. I imagine using your rope.
Okay. Listen, this would be so cool if this happened though. Like
Which Kaylee are we about to get?
story. Story dice.
Does it count?
Who's worse?
What was the number? I want to know.
That's a 5 on the die.
With proficiency.
With proficiency
And your strength
plus
bonus.
Strength, so that is a 12.
That's not nothing.
Yeah, but it's not good. So I don't trip over the rope.
You don't trip over the rope. No. No, you throw it great. Then you realize horse might be faster than rope. Is the thought that goes through your
Well,
head.
of course, it's also faster than Neela, so.
Yeah, so you throw it, and she is just making dust into the distance as she rides. I'll give you this, though. As you toss that rope. Ooh.
Did she? Can I get to see? Did I see a reaction at all? No, she could hit me in the face when I said princess. There's no way. Never mind.
As you throw the rope, and it just glances off the haunch of the horse.
I tried.
And
It makes it go faster, probably.
you threw in the right direction. It makes it go faster. Yeah! Whoa, turbo! The rope lands. However, as she gallops away, you do find... Okay. There's going to be a small slip of paper that falls out of her coat that you can recover off the ground.
Thank you for the breadcrumbs, Vince. I appreciate it. I'm trying really hard. Great. I'll go get a slip of paper, I guess.
Meanwhile...
I flipped to the page, the chapter that I know he has the interview.
He doesn't even look down at the book. He puts his hand on it and scoots it a couple inches forward. They're saying you're plotting to kill the princess.
Never.
That you were involved in a plot that killed the king in South March Urine.
Absolutely not.
Now, how much sense does that make? We're trying to kill the real princess, but Oris has a bounty on the fake princess. What? Make that make sense. How convoluted of a plan do you think we've come up with?
You and I both know there's no fucking fake princess.
You're going to admit that just right out loud and not give what we're saying a chance.
No one outside of South March can know that she's gone. It doesn't look good for the crown that she would have a reason to flee. Oris says she's having a lot of trouble with the death of her dad, and she's acting out, and we just gotta get her home.
Dead or alive?
Yeah, dead or alive.
Come on.
Didn't think anybody would take that seriously.
It's more money. Astrid's getting visibly upset now.
You're a little smarter than this, Cal.
I took it up with them. They told me it wouldn't come to that, and they didn't like the fact that I was asking questions. You know, those callers outside of High Point, those were good people too. They had families too.
If you just read the book, you will see what we know to be at stake. An entire city will be wiped off the map. Thousands of lives will be lost in this. Please, And I want to reach out, and if I can, just like touch the edge of his jacket and cast guidance. Think it through.
He looks down at the book and skims just a little bit. I'm assuming you opened it to his interview with Ava.
Mm-hmm.
Skims it just a bit. I'm not a magic guy. All right, I don't get all of this future shit. I don't know if you're talking in code. I don't care. God, why'd you have to bring Kelsis into this? They're looking for his fucking family right now.
Why?
Because he's part of it. They think he's part of this whole plot.
How would they know unless you told them?
I did tell them.
That's on you then.
Hold on. You trust Kelsis. You respect him. And he put everything on the line for people that showed up the night that you met us. If you don't believe us, believe him.
What am I supposed to do? I can't help you. They'll fucking kill me too.
Don't then. Don't help us, but don't hinder us.
I gotta tell you. And it's about this time Neela can certainly make her way back in.
Locate animals and plants.
Look
I'm
at
gonna do
animals
some
and
druid
plants.
shit.
What is the distance for that?
5 miles.
And is that just a free cast? Is there a roll involved?
There is not a role involved. Describe a name of a specific kind of beast or plant, concentrating on the voice of nature in your surroundings, and the direction and distance of the closest creature or plant of that description within 5 miles if they are present.
The closest. Okay, so does it only detect a single animal that type?
Closest?
Yeah. Oh, should I just closed it?
Would we consider Princess
Distance to
Amy's
the
type?
closest creature or plant. But what I'm saying is
get her
you
angry enough.
described earlier that horse was very specific. That it was something that was specifically bred for the royal family.
True.
Good horse.
True.
Closest
Fancy
good
horse. I am looking for that fancy horse that is only bred for the royal family. Throw another one in, but I'm going to go for it.
Curious.
It tells me both the distance and the direction they are heading.
Okay.
She went that way.
Good. Okay. Yeah. So you are receiving that information as Neela enters the bar,
Yeah.
and you sit at the booth. Is that right?
Yeah, I'll sit right next to Cal.
Because at this point, if Neela is back, it's been long enough since she split off from her that we don't know what direction she's heading.
At this point, also the bartender returns from perhaps the washroom, and grabs a silver off the bar. Oh, what happened to Dia?
She left.
Trying to find out.
She said it was time to go.
Oh, we were having a great conversation. All right. Well.
Ooh, what'd you talk about? Sorry. How rude of me, Cal. I'll go talk to the bartender. Nice to see you.
No, I mean, not much. We were just chatting about the Polarian coast and mentioned a bit about what she was doing inland while she was here on her trip. And I don't know, I thought she would, like, you didn't even finish her tea. That's all right.
I had meant to catch up with her and just missed her as well. Did she say where she was going, what she was doing here?
Yeah, I mean, she mentioned that she was going to be working her way inland, but I couldn't tell you what she was doing. No, I'm not entirely sure. I know that she had spoken to some of those Aarakocra who came through the other day. I don't know. They actually picked up a few people from town. But I think that's about all that I know. She was only here for about 10 minutes before you guys all walked in. Also, tea does not cost a silver, so I don't know if it's a tip or what, but
I'm sure it's a tip. And the Aarakocra are where? Did they leave, or are they still in town?
They moved on a little while ago. It's been at least a couple days, I think.
Okay. And headed, you said inland?
Inland, as far as I know, yeah. I couldn't even tell you the road they took for sure. I've been working the bar the whole time.
Fair enough. Thanks so much for your help.
Yeah, of course.
I will put an additional silver on the... if you wanted to take a break, maybe go spend some of this coin, I wouldn't hold it against you.
He grabs his bag of rocks.
Oh my god.
no.
I love this
town and hitting
I just lean in.
I
I
guess
cross. I see that. And I'm like, if you aim for a little spot under the gills, I'm very good at fish. I'm incredibly good at fish anatomy now.
Yeah, sure. I could take the afternoon off, I guess.
Can I sleight of hand steal his rocks to add to my
He
bag
doesn't
of
have
rocks?
to have any rocks. That was a joke.
Yeah.
That was a bit.
I have a bag of
But
rocks.
you find
that I
yourself
like.
desiring rocks now. Yeah, okay. Sure, I guess. Any points to curse? You can close up, I guess.
Absolutely, you got it.
Okay. She's taking Rich awful hard. And he heads out the back of the bar as well. Okay. You guys have no idea what the fuck you're dealing with, though.
No.
I gotta tell you.
Then tell us.
What do you know?
What do you know?
That is a loaded question.
It's so much more than just a few guys with crossbows and batons. And you see he looks down and there's a look of not concern, but just a disquiet on his face as he feels like at the part of his collar where the dwarven fellow with that aura had like gripped him, as he's just like thinking back on something. If you really piss these guys off, there's gonna be something coming for you that no amount of my advice, no amount of my help is gonna do anything for you.
Cal, at face value, the thing that we are telling you is that we have come from 400 years in the future, that the events that are happening right now are such a big deal that us coming back can change the course of history in Borros. So, we do have a little bit of a fucking clue about the scope and the scale of what we're dealing with.
Also, just assume that we've already pissed everybody off who we could possibly piss off, and it'd be lovely to know what's coming after us.
We're willing to put our lives on the line to try to set this right, to save as many people as we can. But what we need right now is a friend. You are at your limit. I can see it. You are a good man. All we're asking you for is a little bit of help in the right direction, and we will do the rest.
The order to bring you guys in came from the lieutenants. They're Oris's right hand. There's one that has dominion over each continent, supervise his activities there. I don't know if you saw, but there's one of them here right now.
The dwarven man?
He met my team when we docked. He's in charge of all of Hammer's Head, the north of the Westlands. His name is Murad. In the south, in the Frumlands, all the captains report to a lieutenant called Polemos. And in Tariv, they call her Famis. And then whenever things need to happen in Isleway. Horace works with a guy, one of his lieutenants, named Kifo. And that is not somebody you want on your tail. You do not want to deal with Kifo.
Why is he so much worse than the others?
He's different. He's not like the others. Murad is abrasive, but he's intelligent. He's strategic. Polemos is very cordial, very pleasant to deal with. Famis, a little bit distracted, but she cares about the people under her command. But Kifo, the guy makes your skin crawl. It feels like he's in your head. I've never even heard him speak.
Oh no.
But you always know what he wants you to do.
So that's the one, that's the real bad one that you don't want after, you definitely don't want to encounter, huh?
I avoid him at all costs.
Does he wear goggles?
They've all got the goggles.
Does he have the single stripe?
No, you have 3 stripes.
That's
single
just-
stripes.
No. Kifo.
They have the 3 golden stripes of the lieutenants. I have 1 gold. The commanders have 1 silver.
But he doesn't talk?
Doesn't talk, huh?
I've never heard him speak.
Maroon, goggles, the whole...
Does he have like give off like purpley feeling?
Wait, no, wait.
I don't know.
What color was it?
I thought it was purple.
Was it? Oh.
That was sort of the aura of the energy you perceived, at least while his effect was kind of upon you.
Right, and his stabby stab was purple, right?
Yeah,
He feels purple, Murad feels green.
Yeah.
This is all normal and very intense.
And we're from the future, so...
I don't know if I've ever noticed the color, but it's just very unsettling.
Yes.
Look, they'd kill me if they even saw me having this conversation.
Then you never had this conversation.
I think you'll find that there are also things worse than death, and we're here trying to avoid that.
Did you read the page?
I skimmed.
It sounds like
Go for it again.
it sounds like you regretted it forever. There's a long time until you get to when we're reading it. And that's a lot of years of regret and a lot of years of consequences.
And you don't make it there whole.
I don't actually want anything to happen to Iana. I knew her father. I've known her since she was a teenager. I don't actually want anything bad to happen. We just wanted to bring her home. Look, this is treason. This is sedition.
Treason against
Talking
who?
to you. Against South March.
No.
That's what Oris is now.
That's the
No.
problem.
But can you commit treason against a traitor?
That. We're not going to tell you what to do next. But I think what we understand of you in the future is that you are a good man with a mountain of regret. So we're offering you a chance to change your narrative. And this was an amazing start, and we are very grateful. But here's where we part ways. And what you do next is going to be the most important thing you ever do, I swear it. So choose well.
There's one more thing you should probably know. The reason I came here, the reason they had me bring my contingent to the peninsula, they've got this idea that an Aarakocra village, they call it Kaseksume, is working up a rebellion or something. They had specific targets in mind. The story just never made total sense to me. It seemed like they were going for some other reason, and with more military force than it would take just to scare some people in a village. They were questioning one of the leaders of the village somewhere here in town. She was part of a missionary group, and they got her away from the others. I don't know where, but she might still be somewhere in Ignosi.
You've got to have an idea of where interrogations like that take place. A list to narrow down on something. Because if they're asking questions like that, they're not asking them politely.
The best I can tell you is they tend to rent out houses in the residential districts. They soundproof the basements and they do the work they gotta do in there before letting the lease expire long after they've gone. It probably wouldn't be anywhere in the industrial area. It'd be somewhere residential. But that's the best I got for you. Look, I gotta head south. They're gonna wonder where I've gone.
Okay.
Do you have a map?
Yeah. I got a map? Sure. I'm a pirate.
There's so much treasure marked on there. Don't remember.
It's a lot of X's.
So many X's.
Don't worry about it.
They're probably like.
If you're marking it up, just
inaccurate,
use a different
so.
thing, not an X.
So hot.
Doesn't know other shapes.
There's no other shapes.
Look, if I hear anything else that seems a bit off, I'll try and leave a message in one of the caller dead drops. They've got them all over the country. I'll just make a few notes of the ones at the bigger cities, and you can check them while you're there. If I learn anything, I'll try and leave something behind for you.
Thank you.
Oh, he's marking the map and giving it back. I thought it was so odd that he didn't know how to get around.
And indeed,
So much more sense.
he marks the map not just indications of the individual cities, which I didn't actually mark, and then I'll work that out for you guys.
No.
But with a note underneath each one, detailing how to actually access and where to find that specific dead drop in that town.
I'm gonna study it for a second and be like,
Yeah.
Into the pocket.
Oh man! As I put the map away, I'm gonna open my book to a picture of the treats from when we were up north a little bit, and I pull out the very last little green matcha stick, and I just kind of slide it over to him. You've had a rough day.
And you can even see the days, the weeks, the months that he's carrying as weight emotionally, the nights of lost sleep, the beratement and threats of his superiors, and all the pressure he's been sort of bottling up. He just reaches over and takes the stick
Yeah,
and turns and begins to leave.
I try to hug him.
oh my god.
As he turns, you go in for a hug, and he's just rigidly still.
I know that sometimes when you're already upset, a hug feels like it makes it worse. But it's just stuff that you were keeping in and you gotta let it out anyways. And I won't tell, I promise.
Holding the stick.
Yeah, just little tiefling horns at the bottom, just holding the stick.
He doesn't seem to acknowledge, but he relaxes slightly as you squeeze.
Curse is also crying. You can do it. She'll let go.
And he steps out of the bar. What do you all do?
Close the book, and Ashley just head plops onto it right now.
Hate to be that guy, but while we were having this conversation, I did kind of chase a woman out of the bar.
Was she? Why?
Dia.
Yeah.
Why?
She was just listening really hard, and I don't even know anymore.
Where was she heading?
Oh, yes. You have a heading on the horse. Seems like she's going inland. I'd say the best you could ascertain that looking at the map here.
But confirm that there is a fancy horse running away.
She seems to be. It is confirmed there is
Like, you
a
saw the
fancy
horse,
bred
right?
horse.
Right, but I didn't see the horse. Jive saw the horse originally, I think. So I know he described it to us, but like, it's a horse.
It's a fancy horse.
Like,
We can assume that you had a conversation about it.
yeah, but like, it's a horse. I can't be sure that it's that horse.
Sure. There is a horse matching that breed, at least approximately.
I do
Nature
animal
Whispers.
stuff, so like if you're describing a horse, I probably know that horse.
Yeah. Heading out of the sort of northwestern road out of Ignosi, that would slowly work its way towards Suncrest, ultimately.
Which is where the bartender said Dia was headed.
Where we
Smells
also
like-
think there's a rebellion forming.
There's like a teensy possibility that I am now in good company with our good friend Jibe, and I chased after and lost the princess. Oh, I have a piece of paper.
Read it.
You want to read it? You want to read it?
No.
You're the one who's very interested in the princess. Why don't you read it?
Sure.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna take the note and open it.
It reads, "Your assistance has been appreciated. When the deed is done, I will return it to you several overfold when I can make my way one day back to Tarif. Signed, Dia Rose."
This is signed Dia Rose. So I think this might have been her. Huh. I don't know what to make heads or tails of this.
But if that's her fancy horse,
I mean,
She's on a fancy horse and she's heading.
she is very capable. Just saying. She hit me in the face a little bit. It was
How do you feel
kind of
about it?
impressive. I like I got hit in the face, but you know,
I was just okay.
I'm gonna.
I'm
take
not
the book. I just put.
okay.
You know.
Princess.
Okay.
I do want to say that went better than I could have ever imagined it would.
I'm sorry. I told them that we were from the future.
You did great. You did.
I just. Sometimes I think telling the truth might be better in some situations.
I hope he's gonna be okay.
Well,
He's already on their bad side, so.
his future's already pretty grim, right? So it can either not be quite as painfully drawn out, or it can get better. At this point, we don't have. It's up to him now.
Murad, Polemos, Famis, and Kifo.
Yeah, but Kifo's the problem, and he almost killed us.
I think they're all the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just. They went right for the scary one first for us, which is not good news.
Well, we've got an also scary one blocks away, potentially here to interrogate an Aarakocra.
And the one that's here is Murad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently, she's here, right?
I mean, that
Ignosi.
feels pretty. If she's being interrogated by callers like right now,
We should go look.
we need to go find her as fast as possible. I know we're here to speak to Nightcrum, and we can and we will. But as old as he is, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Do we know generally where to look? I know that we can look in the residential areas, but anywhere specifically? Should I just get in the air and look?
Yeah, that would be a great idea. And then we can run through and detect magic nearby and look for the strange herdy kind.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to get to the residential district and start, I think, unless anyone has a better idea.
No. Is everyone okay?
No. But we'll get through it. We'll figure it out, right? He lets go, and dice come and hit the table, and you can see imprints in his palms.
Do you see what you rolled?
Oh! I rolled a nat 20.
That was nat 24. Will be okay. I will contest. Oh, you'll be all right. All right, what would you like to do? There's no one left in the bar, actually. It's
Yeah,
just
we can
you
close up.
all.
I do not. I don't know.
Just
how to
lock the
close
door
that.
behind us. We'll be fine.
They didn't leave me.
Toss me like 2 bottles you think are cute.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll dig in the back and I will find 2 bottles that I think are like funny shaped, like fun shaped. Glass.
You got
Jam 'em in.
a bottle of Jared's grape whiskey.
Oh no.
I'm not sure about that.
And one of, they call it Rock Gut Breweries Vintage 840 Backwash.
We are in the brewery capital of like the world.
But
we
Kirst
got
grabbed the
Rock
funny
Gut.
looking bottles.
I sure
That
did.
is the rock gut. All right.
Yep, absolutely. And I do leave the apron and the hat
Great.
for Richie.
Let's hopefully go save a life. Can we? It's time.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay. Are you all prepared to offer medical attention if necessary?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Because I gotta say, that is one thing I am not good at.
I got you.
I do the
so I'm
herding,
not
the
doing
helping.
like tight on magical bandwidth, but
Same, but
I've got some.
I also have a few tonics.
All right, let's move.
Go outside and take to the sky.
I
Right.
got guidance as you go.
You can roll a perception check.
Okay.
The rest of you can also make your way toward what you would assume to be a more residential area of this
I don't need a perception.
this
I'm
town.
rolling for no reason. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll try like to see if I can start looking for signs of houses that look like they're the quiet one on the street, like it's like they're supposed to be unoccupied. I might be searching around maybe for like thieves' cant or other kinds of things that might be up on like thief signs up on walls, as far as like different, just something out of place.
Sure. Did you roll that already?
I did.
Okay. What was that number?
So 14 on the die. Do you want it to be perception? Or you want it to be
Perception's fine.
investigation? Okay, cool. 16.
16.
Okay. And was anyone else searching as well?
Yeah. I would like to look for any homes that don't have anything like personalized in the front.
Okay.
No little like cute gnomes and stuff like that. The houses that look kind of bare and blank.
Do people in Borros, in a world where gnomes exist, also have lawn gnomes?
That
They
does
do
seem
now.
actually
That's a
a
Curious
problem,
question
yeah.
to ponder there.
Actually
Not
seems
good
a
if we see
problem.
'em.
Highly problematic that would
or
be.
whatever the equivalent is.
They're flamingos.
Why not?
The lawn
No.
flamingos.
There's certainly lawn ornamentation, big old stone toads and things like that.
To 10. People really aren't into the lawn decorations.
I got an 18 in an Arcana check just to feel heavy pressure for like lots of dampening magic, like just a bunch of stacked spells.
Oh, I was supposed to be doing detect magic.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I will
I
know.
said I'm looking for lawn.
Look,
Look, the lawn gnome roll is a much more interesting roll.
that's a good roll.
You need a spell slot for maybe some healing later.
Yes, yes.
However, one thing that you all, with your rolls reasonably good, would notice immediately is there is no collar presence here at all. In fact, it appears that Murad, once he liberated Cal of his troops, seems to have taken them almost immediately inland.
That's bad.
Working them away from Ignosi, leaving virtually no collar presence in the town whatsoever. For this reason, it does complicate the pinpointing of where they might have been focusing their attention a little bit. That said, you do locate the residential areas, and though there are some houses with personal effects in front of them, there are quite a few more that, and this is true for almost half or more of them, that have a fairly plain sort of look. And you realize with your rolls, those of you who might have been through this part of the world before, that Ignaci being such a center of industry and manufacturing, there's a lot of temporary housing in this city. A lot of people who just travel to work here for a season before going back home, and thus there's not nearly as high a population of people permanently settled. It's difficult to ascertain, and takes even then about a couple of hours of going up and down streets trying to narrow the field. Now, while you're searching about, without having turned up anything obvious, even not being entirely sure if the person you're looking for might even still be here, as Cal's information could have been old. If you recall, he arrived by ship. Murad was already here. If Murad led an interrogation, it might have happened long before Cal arrived. It's just hard to say for sure. Now a couple hours have passed as you've searched and you've narrowed it down to perhaps several blocks, but it's difficult to get much tighter than that. What would be something else you attempt?
Let's see. Spells.
Yep, doing the same.
Spells.
I really can't be helpful here. Is there something that a missionary would be wearing or holding, or some kind of object or something that maybe we could locate magically?
Currently,
We've done
I've
that
only got
before on a
animals
treasure
and
hunt.
plants, and after a nap, I could have objects.
Yeah. Same.
But I would
Don't
need
have-
a little sleepy first.
I need a good 4 hours before I can do anything new.
I will say, though, in the height of the day, there have not been a lot of locals ambling about, as a lot of people are working in the various factories.
Are there any Aarakocra?
There are no Aarakocra in town, that you've noticed at least whatsoever. Just yonder, though, about a block away, you do see a humanoid figure, someone who seems to be bending down and picking up a pigeon, just like this, and holding it in his hands, and like examining it.
I'll go. I mean, we can just ask.
You're gonna talk to that dude holding a pigeon?
I'll work into that pigeon.
Dog, what's up?
I mean,
Dog, are you Oris?
Don't make
we
me
couldn't-
work into that pigeon.
we can talk to people, see if they maybe saw.
See if there's a place that's maybe got. Because how long? Because Murad has been gone for
hours.
hours. So.
So has Jide, by the way.
Oh my god. But you're okay.
You have not taken any damage.
He'll be okay.
He'll let us know.
So
He'll be okay. He promised he'd come
I'll
back.
just go ask this guy, see if he's seen anything.
anything, or just a place that is up for rent
Yeah,
often, or something like.
sure.
I'll
I'll
touch
head
a
to the,
pigeon.
go talk to the guy with a pigeon.
Can you
Again.
look different
Why
talking
make-
to the pigeon man?
Why?
I mean,
Because our descriptions and look,
Oh,
I know they don't
right,
get the
yeah.
nose right, but we all literally want it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
all
fair.
Your
pictures
hair
of our
is
faces.
a very specific color that's hard to get without like leaving a lot of yellow in. They're gonna know.
Okay, it's really
Okay.
good. Looks great.
It's really good.
It's natural.
yeah, it's
okay,
good hair.
that's what I'm saying. Is this hard to
can't fake
replicate?
it.
All right, I'm gonna turn my hair black now and make myself younger. I don't know.
What? Are you 5?
Right now,
It's really goth.
how old are you currently?
Oh gosh, baby girl.
Like 21.
21. Oh,
That's just a baby.
You baby.
birthday.
I'm a baby. Oh, that's my birthday.
What do you choose to look like?
I'm just gonna choose to look like about the same age, just a different variant, like smaller nose.
You just hit randomize.
Yeah, pretty
on the
much.
character creator.
Yeah. I make myself look human.
Okay.
No ears. Just randomized.
No ears.
See you later.
I don't know how humans
I hit the
hear.
randomized button.
Just 2 holes. You
just two
got
holes.
the Aarakocra ears.
Yeah, I got
Bird ears.
You want humanoid ears. You want human ears.
human ears.
Great. Okay. Rounded like a human ear. Sure. Great. What an odd guy, that guy.
While Astrid walks away, I want to slip the note that Jibe gave me just briefly to Pry.
I open it and look at it.
He'll come back.
Of course,
It's going to be okay.
it's okay. He's the greatest tracker I think anyone has ever known, literally ever. So you're good.
It's definitely the best one that he's ever known.
I just give you a little side bump as we walk.
I'll take the note back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Immediately handed it back.
Astrid, as you approach this man, not 10 or 15 feet from you, holding a pigeon, you take him in a little bit, and you find yourself looking at an impossibly old-looking, ancient human man in tattered old robes, barely clinging to his frame. He is currently holding a pigeon tucked under one arm, and he's loading up on another.
Oh my god, he is
Collecting pigeons.
He's dual wielding pigeons. We gotta go.
This is a different old man than the one that we saw getting off the boat.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Different old guy entirely. As you close in and he's tucking another bird into his arm, attempting to tri-wheel pigeons, as Brian loses her coffee.
It came out of my nose.
Oh, no.
Let's continue with the story.
You're walking up behind him.
Okay.
Your footsteps audible, but you not being visible. He doesn't turn around.
Yeah.
But as you approach him, you hear a voice say, "What now, Astrid? Haven't I helped you enough already?" "Oh, no, that's not right, though. Not yet." And he turns around and looks at you, and you do indeed recognize the same Nicrum you had met in Ignosi in the year 1276.
Old.
Pardon you?
Hi. Pardon me. I was
Observing your fine pigeons.
No. Do you want a bird?
No.
Have a bird.
I'm not looking. Astrid is visibly uncomfortable now, and like the disguise self is kind of fading a little bit.
Okay, as that starts to happen, I'm
Yeah,
gonna start
like-
to approach.
I'm afraid I know nothing about you. This is the first time that we've met.
I've got my hood
Astrid?
up. Okay, am I close enough to hear that?
Certainly.
I'm coming in. It's the same guy.
What?
No, all of you.
If you are offering pigeons, I will take one.
Don't look at me.
Where is the fuzzy one?
What on
Hurtful?
earth are you? Hang on. Old, very old man. Weird, very old man.
Oh,
Are you
Flying
Are
overhead.
you Nicrum? This feels like a
He's
Nicrum.
There's several pigeons.
Wait, where are you? I thought you were. Where are all these pigeons?
What are you doing with the pigeons?
He's thinner than he looks, truly.
You just.
Half of your weight was pigeons?
I like to go birding in the afternoons.
I think your version of birding and literally anyone else's is very different, but I'm not. I actually don't know. So, Nicrum, right?
Yes, and you all, except for the other one here.
Are you in
But
the
this
air?
is
Yeah, I'm
this-
still in the air, just flying.
and the feathered one.
Look, anyone with texture
I might do this.
is not here for this.
I'll
right
see
now.
that.
No,
I'll
no
come
textured
down.
people here.
No textured people.
But this is entirely the wrong place and the wrong time. I'm afraid this will not do. No.
Why don't we have a cup of tea?
Tea?
Tea. Or
Oh,
coffee?
I'm not sure if I like tea.
Whiskey?
What do you like?
What tea do you
Want a drink?
have? What is in the cup?
No idea.
It's not magic.
It has a funk to it.
Oh, I like funky things.
Probably.
He takes a sip. Do you know what's in the cup?
No.
Tastes like diluted Marmite. All right, I will help.
Great. We didn't have... What year is it? Nicrum?
What year do you want it to be?
Oh.
Neither, what year do we want it to be?
Oh, I don't think this is going to be like a
You
poof
gave
and we're
me
back.
you gave me a number. You want me to do a number thing? Are you sure? I don't know. What is it now?
840?
Should probably be 840. Yeah.
As good a year as any. Hello, I am Nicrum. A pleasure to see you all.
Hi.
Curse, right? Of course.
Thank
now,
you for the pigeons.
yes, naturally, curse.
Just now.
Yes, not forever. It's a pleasure to see. I said that already. What can I do for you that I haven't done already?
That's actually kind of a. I got a whole lot of questions about that because this is our first time meeting you, sweetheart.
First. Awful lot of firsts that I've had lately, but I dare say this is not it. No, I first met you somewhere far away in space or time. It's all a bit of a mush in my brain, unfortunately.
Don't get too bothered about it. Time is messy.
Indeed it is.
Pile of pigeons in your arms.
Oh, I have one more if you'd like
Just
it.
keep that one. That one's for you.
your pigeon.
Oh, very well.
Where will you get it? Never mind.
Where were you reaching?
Look, that pigeon's either deeply traumatized or totally happy, so we're just gonna leave it.
Okay.
I don't want to know. Okay.
I would feel weirder about you knowing us if we hadn't traveled through time. Nothing makes sense anymore. No rules.
Are you a frequent time traveler there, Nikram? Is that something that you do?
Traveler? No, Nikram goes nowhere these days. Just my little hovel in Ignosi is all that I need to be satisfied. Although I have traveled extensively, and as a matter of fact, we've taken... No, that not yet. I do not leave this town, and how can I help you?
We're trying to find somebody because we think someone's in trouble. Do you think you could help us find them?
Oh, I suppose I could try to assist, but I'm afraid this old brain is not what it used to be.
I don't know. You caught a lot of pigeons. That was very impressive.
This story has some unusual twists and turns in it.
You're not kidding.
It's never quite the same as when you hear it told. I'm afraid you left some of these parts out. Perhaps next time you won't. I sense that, or I remember, you wanted me for more than one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted me. You wanted me.
Well,
In fact, most of you at one time or another. Oh dear, the wires... What a wire. The lines really do cross at a certain point. You seek someone. You wish to know something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I am nearly fresh out of pigeons. What'll it be first?
Like a pigeon.
Oh, I have a little more time.
I'm just going to pace these out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
for the best.
pigeon rationing is a smart.
Yeah. Well, I think that the searching for someone is a little bit more urgent than my...
Yeah.
We're looking for a missionary. Someone who's been taken by coolers. Someone somewhere in this residential district. Someone being held, we think. She might be hurt.
Fascinating. Yes, you did tell me that, didn't you?
Just now, sure.
But don't you remember?
Remember what?
Oh, I suppose you left out that part. We had to get moving. After all, being pursued as we were. Whatever did happen, I've been on the edge of my seat ever since then. Whatever did happen with the house at number 34?
Let's find out. Where are we now?
You find yourselves deeper in the residential areas, but the numbers are ticked up well above into the hundreds. The habitation zone of this city is actually quite large. But Nikram also, as he begins to sort of wander in the direction of the lower numbers, turns to you as well, Neela. But I remember you wanted something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you told me that.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of the story as well.
Yes. There is something else, but I would hate to overtax you. Okay, sure, yep. I need something decoded, translated, but I don't imagine that's something that can be done on the move, and I do believe we do need to be moving.
Ah, yes. That curious bit of cloth. What did it say again?
What did it say again?
My tummy is.
I heard a stomach drop.
I'm sorry.
Calm down, pigeons.
Sorry, I don't know what he was doing. Animals are hungry.
Refresh my memory.
Here, give him a...
All right, okay. As long as you can walk and talk.
And he
And
wanders.
it came with this.
You haven't opened the locket yet.
I can't open the locket. It's locked. It's a locket.
What year is it?
840.
840. Well, that's far too early.
If you know how to open it, I'd love to know.
And he gazes at the cloth you handed him, puzzling over it. That's right. Oh, this was always my favorite part. Would you like to know what it says?
Yes, I would like to know what it says.
It reads, "The final testament of Philemon Akkad, last of the Khaziric Magiolum. I was granted a vision, sights and sensations nearly beyond description, but I will attempt to explain them as they were shown to me. Feather and spark, astride by green and by blue, the mother's choice to keep and to leave, speaking for darkness and for light. The alchemist's fruit shall be plucked at strike of hammer and meeting of rivers before the 14th turn, after the exodus of the fallen. The fruit shall bloom, to nourish, to ravish, to give unto and repel the void. This is all I was shown. I will send a copy of this with my associate to... I can't make that word out. Perhaps he can make sense of it all. Oh, someone added a bit to the bottom. It says, I pray you will live out your destiny, but it can only be away from here, away from us. The world needs you. Your mother needs you. With love, Lorelei. That is incredibly sweet.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Does this surprise you? You're the one who told me this story, after all.
No, first time I'm hearing it. I will process that probably later. There. You don't know what any of that means, do you?
Any of what?
The thing you just told me.
Oh my goodness, which bit have I confessed to now? I'm sorry I was so caught up in our route, I've drifted a bit.
What you're holding in your hands, what does it mean?
Oh, this was the next part of your story. Would you like me to read it to you?
Oh, he's on a loop.
Look, it's not in my nature to rush a good tale, but we really ought to keep moving. We're not out of the desert yet. And he continues wandering toward the houses with lower numbers.
We should go to 34.
Yeah,
We're headed
absolutely.
Right now.
And with your sights set on the house marked number 34, preparing to take the latest and most audacious leg in this wild adventure into which you have been thrust, we find our attention, our minds, traveling to a different time. Not only that, but a different timeline entirely. A version of 840 traversed by very familiar heroes, albeit in entirely different circumstances. But that is the story for another time, as this is where we end our journey.
No, 1 more hour. One more hour.
Y'all are fine, right?
One more hour.
You're good.
We're good.
You're good.
Where's Jibe?
And in fact, as we leave the fate of our favorite tabaxi swashbuckler in a bit of a question mark, as we hunt for answers to now even more questions, we have reached the end of our 6-episode half season. But this is not the end of our show. This is not the end even of our season, as there is so much more for us to bring you. Really, there is so much more we would love to be able to do with this with a little bit of help from you. Check our socials, check chat, check everything we've got for information on how you can help us to produce the rest of this incredibly wild tale just now getting started. And I gotta say, from at least myself, from all of us as well, thank you so much for coming on this journey with us, for seeing just the beginnings of this incredible story being told. I cannot wait to bring the rest to you very, very soon.
I gotta know what happens next.
But in the meantime, let's go around the table one more time, remind everyone who we are, who we've been, and where to find us.
Hi, I'm Sage Ryan, and I have been a currently very worried petal pink tiefling, a druid named Curse. You can find me everywhere on the internet at NotSage and here on this channel all the time. Thank you for making it possible to do these things.
Yeah. And I'm Kaylee Ray, and you can find me on Twitter at HopperBarbarian. I have been your very confused human pirate barbarian.
Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar. Follow me on social media at Quiddy, and I have been Priviv, your mom friend, kinda mean drow cleric. Give me more or I will be mean to you.
Sweet.
Hi, I'm Aaron Gray, and I've been playing the Himberb, Lucas Stone Talon, Cochrane Monk. It's been so much fun sharing the table with you guys. You guys have all been amazing.
It's been amazing. And I'm Ash.
Let us do more.
You can find me at Arcane Faith Online, and I've been Astrid, your Pact of the Fiend Warlock.
And I am Vince Casso. I have been your DM for this campaign so far. There's more coming. And let me just say, it has been an incredible honor to play with all of you and to bring this story to all of you out there, a story that has been legitimately years in the making. This was the story that initially got me developing the world of Borros several years ago, and it has been an absolute pleasure to finally develop it for screen so all of you can share in the tale now unfolding. As I've said, check our Discord. You can join via the link in chat or in the description below. Check our socials for information on how you can join us and help to make more of this magic happen. And in the meantime, I will see you very shortly in the next one. I love you all, and thank you.
Bye.